Atmavandan. Greetings, everyone. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to week 7, day 1 of revision, English revision practice. So, we are here again to integrate what we learned before. So, initial 7 weeks of learning was tasting the flavor of unified, how a human being can live this truth, carrying love in his heart all the time, instant forgiveness, sending love and light to all unconditionally. And beneath that, reflecting on the beliefs that we are holding on to that makes us limited, that makes us feel separate from everybody. And that is where our suffering starts. So, this revision time has given us this the basic formula what we have learned to live, to integrate, to expand, so that we can smoothly enter into part 2, where we will be correcting our thoughts in layers, slowly and gradually, so that our mind is not in shock, our body is not in shock. It is able to handle um, the living light, that image of God in this human body. So we have a beautiful, beautiful, pure light shining in the uh, session ahead, where I would like to welcome Shailesh ji and Ajay ji to take us from here. Um, the beautiful summary of correcting thoughts. Not only summary, but the extension, how it is being part of our Upanishads and Vedas, that kind of information we will get from Ajay ji. So I would like to deeply welcome from my bottom of my heart, uh, dear Ajay ji and Shailesh ji. I would like to thank you again for continuing this 7 week of revision, so that everybody can enjoy this integration period and can move forward smoothly in part 2. So welcome everybody. Welcome both of you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really always a pleasure to be with all of you every morning. I learn from each one of you as we go through the session. So it's um, it's it's my growth as well. It's not just that I come and tell you things, but I also learn a lot from each one of you. There is so much to learn and so much to see things differently. It's the same concept we have known forever. We have known it, but we haven't reflected upon certain aspects of that. And when someone tells you the same thing in their own language, you immediately you can um, think about, well, oh, I never thought like that. That's how your own inner wisdom triggers. It triggers, opens up, and we move further. So each one of us has the wisdom. We have just not been able to open it up. And that's the process we are doing now. We are opening up our wisdom. And in the process, we are creating a life consciously. So far, it was being created unconsciously. Now we will learn in part 2, we will learn how to systematically create a conscious life consciously. That means you will be deliberate. You will exactly do what you really want to do. And then you will also start learning and understanding that there is no right or wrong way of living the life. That's such a beautiful revelation that we begin to have. When we start flowing, we begin to have the revelation, well, this is also one more way of living the life. And then you start loving yourself. I have lived my life actually the way I wanted. That sort of learning, that sort of recognition within helps us begin to love ourselves, respect ourselves. So, this unfolding, the process of unfolding our own knowing is very important. This morning, I had a very um, strange thought as I was, my thoughts always come when I am in the shower. So I had this strange thought that this concept of our covering our body is also a belief. In the nature, no animal, no bird, no fish, none of them cover their body. As I was putting on my undergarments, that's when this thought came. I said, well, this is also, I was basically feeling very grateful for my undergarments that they help me feel comfortable and safe, right? That little piece of cloth can make me feel safe, feel secure. But where is that concept of security and safety there in my mind? Well, that I have connected in my mind through a thought. It's a belief. I have connected the two together, right? So that's the level of refined thinking we have to get to eventually, right? That how each one of us have adapted or adopted lots of things into our system. There's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just that recognizing is very important. That there is a program running inside me. So that's the a beautiful thought that I had this morning, and I felt really good that um, now recognition is going very deep within for each one of the things that I'm learning. So I'm sure all of you also get similar thinking thoughts nowadays as you are going through the chapters, correcting thought, right? So this chapter 7 is about correcting thought. And one aspect that I want to bring everyone's awareness to in this chapter is that when we are preparing a list of our erroneous thoughts, thoughts which are not right or correct in our current understanding, that is very obvious, right? Your mind already knows. You can make a list. But when you sit with your higher self in your quiet period and ask higher self to reveal thoughts which need correction, you will be surprised how many of those thoughts that you get in your list are from your understanding of the correct thing actually. In your mind, you think, what's wrong with this thinking? But higher self will give you that thought that needs correction. So don't be surprised when such things appear in your list that I used to think that this is normal, this is how things should be, but higher self is asking you to reconsider that, right? This, the kind of the thought that I shared with you just now is one of those, right? Our thinking needs to be to a level where we are able to see things in awareness, not doing things unconsciously. We are aware. Now I am aware that I have such a connection in my head between covering the body and feeling secure, right? So these are the kind of things you will be surprised to get that. So allow this process to happen the way it is prescribed in the chapter. That's the practice that has been prescribed in the chapter. So please do follow that. Conscious mind, if you sit down to write, you can write a big list. But that's obvious, obviously, because we are conditioned to discern between right and wrong. So we already know what is wrong. But within my concept of right, is there something that needs to be improved or corrected? That's the purpose of this chapter. That list, once you create, you will, that's the most valuable collection of information you can make about yourself. From there, you will know what are the obstacles to your achieving what you really want. This is a list of speed breakers. those thoughts which are not letting things happen in your life. That's how important this is, right? So knowing such of these things helps you overcome the hurdles. So that with that little thought about this chapter, to me, I always want to tell you things which I find most important in the chapter. Right? There is a lot of the whole chapter is very important, very good, but the cream on top about this chapter that I found is this, and I shared that with you. So with that, um, I would welcome our flower of heaven for this session today, Ajay ji. Ajay ji is, as all of you are already familiar with him, he has tremendous wisdom, tremendous knowledge, and not just knowledge, but a very clear understanding of how the universe functions, right? That clarity that he has, it comes out in the way he expresses his information, that it makes us all feel so comfortable. Wow, right? That wow comes from his own personal clarity. He knows that thing so very well that he can tell us in that, in those words that he always expresses. So welcome, Ajayji. You can unmute yourself. I made you co-host. Yes. Yeah.
Atmabandhan
Welcome.
Pritiji, Shaileshji, Nehaji, if she is there, I have not checked, and Bandanaji, Munirji, and my love and gratitude to Patriji, Babaji Masa, and Roger Ranfir. I will request all of us to close our eyes, just chant Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Santi Santi Santi. Yeah, thank you. You can open your eyes. This particular mantra is taken. Sorry, I have to quote from Upanishads and Gita, so you have to bear with me because I feel if I don't utter those names, I will I will have ingratitude feelings towards them. Okay, so it is coming from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So most of the Santi mantras are related to one of these Upanishads. There are also Santi mantras which couple of Upanishads can have, but this one with Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Let's look at it. It's a beautiful one. He's saying, Asato ma sadgamaya. Take me, ma asato, from unreal to real. And then he's saying, Tamoso ma jyotirgamaya, from darkness to light. And then he's saying, from death to immortality. And this particular Santi mantra actually encapsulates the entire spiritual journey, what it is for. And if I look at chapter 7, week 7, also, it also represents the whole thing chapter 7 is talking about. Let's look at it. He's saying asato ma sadgamaya. What is asat in? That means unreal. What is unreal in chapter 7? So we will be discussing that. Let me briefly go through that. Here it is, my own created experiential world is asat. Because it is changing. What is asat? It is changing. It's not stable. It comes and goes, and it is always changes. It's like a movie on the screen. The screen is the sat because it's there all the time. And the movie plays around. It comes, goes, plays, comes and goes. And what is, if my created experiential world is asat, what is sat? It's God's creation. We will go detail later. I'm just walking you through this particular verse. Then tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamasa is here, ignorance. Ignorance of what? My true nature, my conceived world, what I have superimposed on this God's creation, my likes, my dislikes, my fear, my jealousy, whatever you can say, my anxiety, all these things we have superimposed on the God's creation, that is ignorance, that is darkness. And where you go, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, then where you take yourself to the awareness of the Lord. When you have there, then you have the vision of the totality of, and it's so different from my own created world. So, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Then mrityu. Mrityu is death, but here we can say, in the context of the chapter 7, sorry, chapter always I'm saying, week 7 is, the moment I forget the Lord, that is death of me. Because that is, if my real self is God, that's what this unified is saying. That means the moment I am forgetting my higher self, that means it is death for me. And so where from there where you go? From mrityu to amritam, to eternal life. What is eternal life? That means I live in the lap of God, or I say I live the life of divinity. So exactly the whole thing of whatever chapter 7 is going to talk about is, this particular verse explains it, encapsulates it in a beautiful. So this is, I thought I will start with this one. Then when we go, then we have, he's saying God, the whole world, okay, the creation is a thought of the God. And I have seen a lot of our masters, and not only masters, in the whole entire cosmos also, in this whole world also, we have a problem of accepting the concept of God. Why it is so? Let's look at it. If you tell me to look at this world, cosmos, I can look at it, I can perceive it. But when you are talking about God, who knows? Who says that? Why I believe? I have not seen, show me. Okay, Ramakrishna Paramahansa can show like Ma Devi. But if I'm an African, you show that, I will not believe that it is God. So what is my God is different. So what is God? Why I believe it? Okay, let's look at it. When we look at this creation, the way it has been created, the way it is interacting, there is interdependency is there is a precision way it is moving. So it compels us to think that it must have been beautifully, intelligently put together. It's not by accident. Even accidents, so-called accidents, which we define as accidents, from the point of view of the creation, it may not be accident. It appears to so to us. So if this world is so beautiful, aligned creation, it is natural for us to think that there has to be a creator. If there is a creator, assume, okay, now I buy that theory, there is a God, is there. Where is it that blessed God is? Because so far I am interacting this world, my perception of this world is through my 5 sense organs. I can see it, I can hear it, I can smell it, I can touch it, I can taste it. So these are my 5 sense organs through which I perceive the things of this world. But is it sufficient to know? So it leads us what otherwise called theory of knowledge. What is theory of knowledge? I will drag you, but it's for better understanding only. I feel it will help us in understanding. How you know a thing? Whether the thing is there, that is another thing, but how you know a thing. So our philosophy, there is one of our 6 philosophies called Nyaya. Nyaya is based on logic. As Kapila Muni had set up this one, the Nyaya philosophy is totally based on logic. It gives you how you look at things. So there were long debates about whether God is there or not. We had 6 philosophies: Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, 6 theories. Then we have Charvak, who was a materialist. Then we have Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism to the certain extent. So Sikhism, apart Buddhism, Jainism, they didn't believe there is an existence of God in the beginning. Then Sikhism, there is certain amount of, some differences are there. So now the question is, how then they were trying to debate, they were trying to find, they are trying to understand each other. So when you are going to discuss something, there has to be certain ground rules on which you can enter into a discussion. It is not like our TV or parliament where they throw chairs and all. So that sort of things was not there. So you have to have a beautiful framework on the basis of which you enter into discussion. You prove it to the other. If I'm telling something, I have to prove it to something else. People will believe me. So what happens, this Nyaya, they brought about that 4 means of knowledge, how you come to know about it. So one is called pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means perception through the 5 sense organs. That is only one method of knowing method of knowing only. Yes. What you want to know, that is a different issue. How you know a thing, this is one. So the second was anumana. Anumana means inference. How you associate. Example, usually you must have heard, it is fire and smoke. So you have seen in the kitchen, there is a fire, you have a smoke. Or you do yagya, fire is there, smoke is there. So you association is there. So smoke is associated with fire. So when you see on the top of a mountain, I see smoke and I don't see the fire, but I assume anumana that will be definitely be fire, because fire and smoke are associated. So anumana. Then the third one they talked about called upamana. That means you compare it. You don't know, you went to the jungle, you saw some animal. So somebody said, hey, I saw something animal. It was looking like a, cow. So he said, no, it's not a cow. It's maybe a buffalo maybe there. So if it's there, this is that. So that is called anumana, upamana. Then the fourth one was sabda. Sabda means words. What do you mean words? He said, if somebody has experienced, the whole world may not have experienced, but somebody has experienced, and he finds it all the time is the truth, then he can say, hey, this is this. So that word, which is otherwise, they say that it comes from the masters, realized persons, or through the scriptures when it comes, so it's called Sabda Pramana. So Nyaya took out 4 ways of knowing a thing. One is pratyaksha, one is anumana, another is upamana, and the fourth one was by sabda. And let's look at I am not going into it. Different philosophies, they increase the list, somewhere they decrease the list, depending upon what they believed in. But this is enough for us to have a just idea of what is the theory of knowledge. So from that perspective, if we look at the week 7, and it starts with the creation came with God's thought. So where from God? And what means of pramana we can utilize to know that is God is there. So it was sabda, because it's saying God created this world. And even the very if you go to the unified, the very first letter, you are made in the image of God. So what is that? Means it is Sabda Pramana. Who is saying that? Is it Babaji Maharaj is saying? Is it Roger Lanshier is saying? Or it is Silas is saying, Pritish is saying? We don't know who is saying. But it is said, if I believe in unified as a scripture, it declares that this world is created by God, and if I believe in unified, I have to take that. So it is Sabda Pramana. Basically, you can also, to a certain extent, you can be Anumana, because in the sense that if you take that this world is so intelligently put together, that must be some intelligent me which must have created this world. So from that perspective also, whether you tell it X or you say it's God, you give some other name, it doesn't matter. But that means concept of God, you can say is Sabda Pramana, but we can also extend it to a certain extent to Anumana. So that now, so we cannot doubt that there is God. If you are in unified, and we go to benefit it, because this has to go into each cell of our ear. Otherwise, what will happen? As long as we are here, we are listening to Pritiji, Shailesh and all the masters here, everything honky-dory, everything will fall into place. But when we are pushed to the wall in a situation, if there is any doubt or anywhere in my chain of whatever I constructed, then what will happen? We will be not able to stand firm, because my foundation should be strong. So my foundation has to be strong, means my logic, the way for my spiritual growth has to be, every part of it should be firm, and I should be believing in. Because when I am going to confront something, I have to lean onto something strong. If I doubt something on this, my theory, whatever I have constructed, then I will not be able to fight this perceptible world which I am questioning and which I have lived through, not only this life, maybe many lives. When I'm going to question that, it is like, that person who was sitting on the branch and trying to cut that branch. It's like that. Because you are taking out the very ground on which an individual is standing. You are saying, I am this body, mind, intellect. The scripture is saying, you are not. I believe in this. I like coffee. I like idli. But he's saying, you don't like it. It's just an experience. So, the whole carpet you are taking out pulling from below my leg. So I need to lean onto something. So if I don't believe in God, I don't then believe in all the things, whatever this unified is telling. So that's why I thought we have to, if you have a doubt, we can discuss it, we can have many more classes, many more, you can push Shailesh and Priti to whatever maximum extent, but let it not be doubt on any aspect of this. Otherwise, then it's not going to benefit. Yes, here, whenever we are discussing, we are meeting on the AC room, sitting in front of the laptop, everything will fall into place. But when you're in the real world and you are pushed, you are alone, and you have to fight the battle of life, there you need something strong, and that should be your will, and that should be very strong. So God is there. Let's accept that. Then let's come to the next. This world is created with the thought of God. Where from this thought is coming? Let's understand from ours, then we'll go to the God's thought. Where from thought is coming? A thought will come only when we have experienced something. If we have not experienced something, a thought will not come. That is one. Second, whenever even I am perceiving this world, I perceive something, a thought comes, okay, because it takes it recognizes, oh, it is maybe this. I have a doubt, but that something has gone inside. So that also creates a thought. So my perception of this real world also creates a thought. My experiences of my previous, not only this life, in previous lives also can be the cause of a thought. How? Okay, now it is a cycle. Let me go through it. So a thought always precedes an action. Also to sometimes whenever also we are going to speak. Now this was I was to speak. I'm thinking even if I was in a hospital bed, I was thinking. That's why I was saying, Shailesh, you were pushed into 16th of July and it ended in the 1st of June, I think. So it is. That means what happens whenever you are going to any action, it is always preceded by a thought. Thought is like a mental vritti, call it. It's like a wave in a lake surface. So it's like that. A thought comes, an idea comes. So where from it is coming? Either I perceive something, it will come, or it will come from my previous experience. What happens whenever the action I enter into, two things happen. One is this action will bring in some result. When it brings in some result, because I have carried out this action, the result of the action, it can be good or bad. Most of the time it will be either good or bad, neutrals maybe sometimes, but usually it is good or bad. And then if it is good, it's called punya. It will give me happiness later. And if it is bad, it's going to give me sadness. So one is, if I enter into an action, it will bring in a result. A result can be good or bad. If it is good, then it will be cause to give me some pleasure or happiness in some time. And if it's bad, it's going to give me sorrow or some misery. This is one aspect. So if one enters into an action, be prepared to take the result of the action. Another thing, along with that, what happens also, and I like filter coffee, say. Then when I go out, again I went to have a filter coffee. So taking filter coffee is an action. Okay, so it will give me pleasure. And sometimes it can give me acidity. I have to go to the hospital. So that is also a result. So I have to take it. Nobody else can take it. That is one. Not even your children, the spouse, or anybody else. Not even God. That is. Let's be very clear about this point. Every action I undertake, the result of the action accrues to me, plus minus whatever it is. And either it should be fructified in this life or next life, but I have to mitigate it. That is one. Second is, when we repeat one action, because I like it, then I go for it, is repeated. I don't like it, I try to avoid it. In another sense also is repeated, in negative sense also repeated. So this, what happens, there's called samskara. It leaves an impression also. So two things happening. One is result of the action, another is impression. So impression, does it go in this life? No. It comes in the next life also. Karma phala can come also next life, and in the impression. That's why you will find that Suryavanshi fellow, he's 15 or 16, he is hitting centuries, the cricketer. So it is not that this life he has only got it. Even all of us, we are there today in Unified, don't think that in this life you have taken a decision to come to Unified. We must have in some way connected, all of us together somewhere on this platform, somewhere. So that means two things comes, samskara, another is result of the action. Is it needs that means result of the action and the samskara will come only when my thought is executed? No. Even a thought itself. I feel like slapping a person. I didn't slap. I smiled, but thought was there to slap him. This also is an action. It will also bring in the result, bad act, and also samskara. So two things also follow. Okay, now, so that means my likes and dislikes, which thought will come out of all the thoughts, whatever may be there. Because now most of you, because we are on to this some spiritual path, so most of the time our perception of the world is not so bad at this moment, particular moment. We can assume that. So we don't think bad, look bad. So all these things are there. But what happens? My previous karmas. So those thoughts come. And those thoughts, which thoughts will come out? Out of all the thoughts. Because a human being, they say, around 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts comes in a day. Out of these 5,000 and 6,000 thoughts, sometimes they say scientifically, they say that you can differentiate between one thought and another. And out of that, maybe 100 or 200 thoughts leads into words, and then maybe 20 or 30 into actions, whatever it is. So which thoughts will come out? And which thoughts will propel me to action? It may come and it can go away. But it can come, it can convert it to words. It can come, convert into words and into action. Which thoughts do you think it will be pushing me into action? That means which I have repeated, which I like or which I dislike. That means what? That means any thought is coming. Not only we have to find out where from, what is the origin of that, why it is coming. Is it repetitive? Is it propelling to action? So that means we have to be extremely careful about our thought. But then one can say, these are the thoughts which are already there. I was not there, I was not unified. Now I am unified. Now I am a nice person. I don't hurt anybody. I don't do anything wrong. Why you should come and penalize me now? It's like, because you made the curry. Curry is already salty. So you have to find ways and means to make it that it's not so salty. So what you do, like you put a little more water, or you put some potato or something like that. Similarly, so what you have to do? You have to do prayaschitta karma. Do something in the opposite. If filter coffee is dragging me and I know it's going beyond certain point, then you start developing maybe sarbat you take or chas you take or whatever, something different. Even to the extent they say that, don't say that I love filter coffee. The moment you say I love filter coffee, what has happened? You have strengthened that samskara. Forget about being thinking. Even that your words also can affect your samskara, and then it makes it pop up. Because what you like most, what you hate most, those are the thoughts which will provoke you. It will come when it's in Santi Avadi actually. This is the time it will come up. When you meditate, these thoughts will come up. And if you are Vipassana meditation, when you do that, you know that the whole process is that same thing. That this is the thoughts which are, they are inbuilt into it and they will come. Then you have to mitigate it. They have to take it out. You have to neutralize it. And this is a lifelong process. And who can do it? Nobody else can do it. Master, your guru cannot do it. God cannot do it. Only we have to do it individually. We have to fight our own battle, because this is where we have hammered that nail into the wall. Now I have to slowly take it out. Slowly. You have to take it out. But it is also not, you cannot also a bad act, you cannot replace it with a good act. No. You said, okay, I borrowed some money and now I will donate it. No. It does not neutralize the bad act. This is a good act. That means you have added more water into the curry, but the saltiness is still there in that curry. So it is not neutralizes, but you can try to neutralize it by doing good karmas. So this is as far as we are concerned. So we'll come back then how we create our own world with our thought. What happens to the God? Where from God's thought came? If he is thought, God's thought, God doesn't think. It is his intelligence. It is creative power. Because I had discussed on this platform that Satyam Jnanam Anantam is Brahman. Existence awareness is Brahman. Existence awareness cannot think. It's like electricity. Electricity by itself cannot give light. Electricity by itself cannot give us cold. But it can make a bulb light up. It can make an AC work. Similarly, Brahman plus this whole creation is called Ishvara. There is a slide, that's the difference. Is that Brahman plus the whole creation, that's called Maya otherwise, or in Sankhya philosophy it's called Prakriti. They together they create Ishvara. Similarly, that Brahman plus our body mind is Ajanayak, Jiva. That same Brahman plus Shaileshi's body and mind is Shaileshi. That Prithiji, same like that. And then all these inanimate things also, same Brahman plus that they. So that means what is common is Brahman, which is that Satyam Jnanam, existence and awareness. It's like the gold and ornaments. Ornaments are made of gold. But if you take the gold out, ornaments only name and form will be there. Nothing else will be there. Similarly, everything is existing in this world. You take from ornaments, take the gold. From existing, you take the existence out. That means they will never exist anymore. So that means what is that? That means whatever the perceived world we are seeing it, and the ornaments we are looking at it, is only name and form. But the reality behind it is gold. Reality behind the whole creation is existence. And that existence awareness is called Brahman. So that existence awareness plus the whole creation is Ishvara. Without form. Then you said, okay, I have Lord Rama. Because you cannot conceive that, oh God, I have to pray because otherwise people will not listen to things. So you create a God. So you give a form to it. That's called formed God. So like we have a form now, Ajanayak has a form. So that Brahman plus Ajanayak's body and mind is Ajanayak. Similarly, that same Ishvara with Lord Rama's image is Lord Rama. Or you can say Jesus, you can give Prophet Muhammad, anybody for that matter, is very inclusive. It doesn't matter what form you are giving there, or Babaji Mahasaya, or Patriji, anybody for that matter. It doesn't matter. But the principle is very clear. That means Brahman, existence awareness, plus the whole creation is Ishvara. And that existence awareness plus this body, mind, intellect of each one of us is Jiva. And this existence awareness in whatever creation we are seeing, somewhere is existence is more, somewhere the awareness is low. Because then you find the stone. Stone is not sentient. That means it has borrowed existence, but sentiency is little. Awareness is borrowed, little awareness. A plant is little more awareness is there. But existence is same for us. But awareness is different depending upon their capacity to. Yeah. But existence awareness are not separate. It's like light and heat. You cannot separate it out. Similarly, existence and awareness, we cannot separate it out. They are together. But the things of this world, they have a different ability to express sentiently, that awareness. So plants are more, animals have a little more, then human beings have the most. That's why we get the free will. We'll come back to that in the 7th chapter, again 7 to 8. So then God as Brahman is not God, but Brahman cannot think. So who thought? It's Ishvara thought. If Ishvara thought about it, that the whole creation, then you said, how can that means the creation was there, then that is Ishvara. No, it is his creative power first created that Maya, that it comes like a seed form. So that this whole creation in the beginning, it is the creative power of the Lord and also the creation, both together. This is subtle there, it is there. So, because we are trying to put a theory there, so it's all our conjectures, because it has to give you a solid platform that you will be able to take it. So that's why they said it is the creative power of the God and the creation itself. So how you can say? The example is, they take the example of the spider. The spider makes the web. So he has utilized his intelligence that I am going to do this web like this. But then where is the creation? Where from he gets the matter? Because you need the matter to create it. So matter is from his own saliva he takes out and creates the web. And when he goes, he takes that saliva and goes away. So similarly, what the God did, from his own self, he created the whole thing. That's why they call it Maya. So how you prove, how you tell that? So you ask the spider, where from you got the matter? You search for it, you will not get it, because it has come from him and he created it out of his intelligence and he grabs it. Similarly, the whole creation came out from the God and goes back to the God. And so what happens? That means when God created this world, he is the intelligent cause. So he thought how he is going to create it, and it is created. And then, is God separate from the creation? Now the question comes, is God separate from the creation? He is sitting somewhere, he created it, that is like a football, he has created it, and we are children who are playing with it? No. It is like gold and ornaments. You have to take that. That means God is like gold. So anything you touch in this creation, God is there. So God is not separate from it. So that's why anywhere he's saying, I have this quality. I have created you. I have created this world. When you have come out my creation, that means in the bangle I'm wearing, the gold is there. This gold doesn't stand apart from the bangle. So similarly, God is not standing separate from Ajahn. So behind Ajahn, in every cell of Ajahn is also God is there. So that's why he's saying, I have created you. I have these qualities. So you have that qualities. If the gold has that quality, I am the ornament, I have the same quality of gold, then those qualities are also mine. So that's why he's saying, when you create as an individual, when I create, what I didn't create independently like God created. Let's be very clear there. God created the plant outside my window. Whether I love it or I hate it, that is how my creation is my likes and dislikes superimposed on God's creation. I'm not created a separate world. It's my perceptible world. I'm carrying it in my where? In my head. When I'm seeing a tree, actually I'm not interacting with the tree which is standing 50 feet away. Because the tree has created an image in my mind. So my brain cells have picked up. They have made another image of tree. That tree, when last time I was going, something fell on my head. So I do not like it. So when I see that tree, I have fear. So what is happening? I have created a world in which this tree is a symbol of fear. You see, when God created that tree, it was neutral. It has nothing to do with its fear or something. It was only love. But what I did, I took out my likes and dislikes, my thought, which thought will come, which I like, which I hate. This is my thought. So when I took out my thought and perceived this world and people and incidences, what I did, I painted it. I like it blue, I hate it red. So my world is full of blue and red, on which I have not created anything. It's God's creation. I have painted it. This is my world. And Lord is so kind. He's saying in week 7, He said, when you are going to create this world with your thought, you may have miserable experience. But then He's saying, you are not miserable. See, He's like a, mother. He said, I know you will make a mistake, but I love you. He's saying, you will have a miserable experience. And He's saying, but remember, you are not miserable. You are still divine. To see how beautiful it is. And then, okay, let's go back. So this is the thought I have talked about. Okay, origin of the thought we have discussed. So that means when God created the world, it was harmonious. When I created my world, it is as per my likes and dislikes. It brings in disharmony. I painted it likes and dislikes. For God, it is only the symbol of love only. There's nothing else. Everything created. When you create anything, we love it. Like the Pritiji other day when she was telling that song, when some other that day who was taking the class, Kusumji or somebody was singing that song beautifully. Pritiji saying, I was feeling so happy because his own creation. So imagine with God's creation. So God must be how beautifully happy, joyful God is. And He's saying, okay, I know you will make a mistake, but I still love you. So what we have done, what Unified is telling, come out. Come out. You have access to it. I am not standing away from you. Gold and bangle, they are not standing separate. You can tune in. You have the free will. Why I have given you the free will? Because I have given you a brain, which is better than anybody else. You are made in the image of me. Full. It's not like a stone. It's not like an animal. It's instinctive. They have been programmed to eat like grass. The cow will eat only grass. But I have given you to enjoy my creation to the fullest. I've given you the liberty to do whatever you like. Enjoy it. But what we have done, we have tried destroying it with my likes and dislikes. God saying, come back. Come back. I have given you free will. You are a monarch. You are a king. That's a beautiful example in Akbar's, that is the minister Birbal. You must have heard it. There are a lot of stories about that. So once Birbal, Akbar asked Birbal, between God and me, who is great? Birbal said, Emperor, you are better than God. He said, how come you are trying to get some money from me? You are telling me that I am better than the Lord? He said, Jampana, you don't know. You can banish somebody from your kingdom. God cannot banish. where God will push you. If He pushes you, you become non-existent. And where is that space where you stand apart from the Lord? A king can do it. God cannot. Just imagine what sort of love it is. And where we are, why we cannot see it. Every page, every word, every sentence, it is crying out to us. I feel so badly. It's like a child putting the finger in the fire. Mother saying, don't do it, but don't do it, but you will put it. Yes, that is, I know, you'll put it and come back. Come back. And he's not saying, go and change this world. Unidentified influences. Who are they? It's my, like we said, that is my parents, the people who have loved me and they have gone. I think the Priti's said, it's not that when we lose the parents, we are not crying to lose the parents. We cry because that a part of my ego was satisfied by their love. There I feel the vacuum. Nobody loves for anybody except ourselves. We love ourselves. That's the truth. Then he said, the likes and dislikes of others. And the 6th chapter, they said, they are just mere, they are doing the role. You have assigned those roles. These Ravanas are inside you. They're only reflected on that person. It is inside you. This world works like a mirror, so it reflects back to us what we are inside. And we say, no, that portion of the mirror is bad, that man is bad. No. This is only a reflection of our true self. That's why uninvited influences, what we are doing, we are saying, you are also made in love and light. Love and light is divine. Whom he is sending, he is not saying, I'm kicking you out. You would have kicked out Ravana, your Duryodhana. Even Krishna said that you go and kill. If it is necessary, you have to kill. But here, what we are doing, we are telling, I am requesting my higher self. Who? God. To take you. See what treatment we are giving. Why? From what perspective it is being done? Uninvited influences are divine. They are made in divinity. Who is going to take them? Same divine force is going to take them. And he's saying, it's like a child, Okay, I am taking it and putting it behind you. Because you feel you are scared. Because you feel you are seeing the opposition there. What the mother will do? She has only put the beautiful things in your room. You were saying, I am getting scared. So what should do? Taking it to the backside. You have imagined enemies. They're playing the role. That's why he's saying, what is forgiving? Love. Everything is love because everything is God. He's saying you have a free will. You have a choice. I'm not saying forcing you. Same thing in the 18th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying, Arjuna, I have told you. Now it is up to you whether you want to do whatever you want to do it. It's not forcing any time. Same thing here. He's saying, I have given you the free will. You can tap it into me. If you have a problem, ask me. I'm there to help you. But he's not feeding. See the difference there. He's not feeding. I have given you free will. Take care of your life. But I am available. Every knock you give, I am there. I will help you. You make a mistake, he's saying, still, experiences can be miserable, but you are divine. He's reassuring at every step. Don't change the world. It's not your role. That's my creation. I will take care of it. We are crying on this platform. Everybody crying. Sorry, I'm not saying everybody. But what I'm saying, oh, this fellow is behaving like this. I cannot do it. I am feeling it. I feel it. We have complaints against everything, every experiences, every person. Lord is saying, no, take care of yourself only. Others, I will take care. They will take care. Don't worry. Don't take the whole world. Nothing. Nobody wants it. You take care of you. We have not taken care of it. We want to take care of others. The other day, I was thinking, so if you go by the Lord's creation, how things move. I'll just give an example. This I am realizing now. When I was in Mumbai, a lot of people from Orissa, they were coming and who were having cancer. And Tata Hospital was the only hospital, so we had opportunity to entertain a few of these cancer patients. So when we go to the hospital, Tata Hospital, I have once literally I fought with the doctors there. I said, 2 days have gone and you are not giving any medicine, you are not telling us anything. And then one of the senior doctors called me, made me sit, gave me a cup of tea. So we were having tea. Then he told me, he said, see, cancer entails pain, first thing. Second, the treatment is also very simple. You have to go radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and those only 2-3 are there. That's it. Then what is the treatment? Because each treatment, then they make a committee of 4 or 5 doctors, some seniors, some juniors, and they sit over 2 days. They decide how much doses, when, and how to be given, depending on the individual. The degree of cancer spread, and plus his or her physical and mental strength. He said, we are assessing it. We know everybody is painful. I know it is also painful for us. But if you understand us and you stand with us, it will be helpful for the patient, helpful for the doctors, helpful for the whole treatment. That means align with me. That's what the Lord is saying. You align with me. The other day, I was hospitalized last week. And it was, my BP went to 180 degrees and it was not coming. I recovered. I went and made a cup of tea. I came back. I sat on the laptop. I was reading. I was writing. Then again it came back. Again, I felt that I'm going to fall. So Sunanda has not got up. So I waited. She went to come up. Then I found I'm not able to stand up. And then we called our neighbor and we went to the hospital. And I told Saileji also, okay, but it was coming, I am not this body mind, so whatever happens, so I was taking it very cool. And so when we went to the hospital and they put me on the wheelchair from the car, they took it. On the moment we entered the door, then one doctor came to take me. And by the time he was taking me, he asked me all the questions, and immediately he went inside. That he said the neuro specialist. So neuro specialist came, said. Then they did the scan, then found out I don't have a BP, low BP usually I am. So no cholesterol, no diabetic, nothing, but why it has gone up about 180. And then when they found the scan, they said that you had a stroke. I said, come on, how can I have a stroke? I said, no, you are not, maybe you are not aware of it. It's 5 or 10 years before you had a stroke, because we see the scar, but it's luckily that is in the part of the brain where it doesn't do any vital functions. So something like that. You are lucky that I was not aware of it. And then they kept me for 2 days, and all the time, you won't believe, all the time I was doing the aura cleaning, and I was enjoying. Nanda, my God, they were anxious. They were fighting with the system there, but I was enjoying, including the food and the drinks and whatever they were giving. And I was joking, and I had 2 laptops. So they were saying, why you are working so much? And also they were trying to see what I'm doing, and including Unified and all. So I was having a gala time there. So I would have preferred to stay there, but only Sunanda, because she has to go and come back. She dragged me home, and then but aura cleaning has helped me quite a bit, in the sense that things are falling into place, and they moved me into a cabin also without paying anything extra. They said, oh, this is free, is there now, you move. So the things were, the way it was falling, you won't believe. Then day before yesterday, I went for MRI, 40 minutes, they put in a machine. I don't know whether any of you have gone through it. That room, that machine making a lot of noise. 40 minutes I was lying down. Only I was doing the aura cleaning. Maybe 15 times I must have done. And I was telling, nothing can happen to me. I am awareness and existence. This body is temporary. I will get another body. Why I should be worried and all. So I could see the strength it gives. And also what it does is, it also influences the people around you. So I have seen here also in this platform also, what I have seen also, if we are unified and we are doing the aura cleaning and we really live the life, what it's saying, how to live it, then what happens, the initial stage I have seen, the things fall into place. Like we're not getting a green signal or the parking or in supermarket, or things just fall into place. Getting a lift in time, and everything falls into place. Then in the second level, I have seen here what I hear, which is I have not yet experienced, is when you expect somebody else to behave in a particular way which is conducive to you, complementary to you. I think that is the second stage, which the way I have perceived certain they are getting it. So that is a good thing. And of course, there are fewer there in the, like Pritiji and Shaileji and all of Nehaji, Manilji, Mandanaji, they are in a different world, because I don't know, because the day I listened to Pritiji's visit to Kashi, it was so wonderful, because I know in this platform they all missed it. I posted it 2-3 times of Manilji, because Manilji was very silent on that. I forced literally everybody, just go through it. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. We don't know when we will be there, but hopefully someday, somewhere, we'll see. So what else I wanted to say, because this is I am totally bought on this unified, and I can weave it together with my little knowledge what I have from Gita and Upanishads, and it's like eureka, like oh wow, this is what it is, this is what it is, this is what it is. It's just my beautiful exploration is going on, and this my sickness. And initially, Sunanda had gone to Orissa, so it was also a beautiful page. God has pushed me through all the experiences now during the last 15 days, especially. And perhaps He was testing me how I'm going through it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Shailesh,
Amazing, amazing, so beautiful. This is what we wanted to hear. Today, we have really been able to. This is almost like an assurance to all the participants that we are doing the right thing. We have a sort of validation to the knowledge, the established knowledge from the scriptures, reflecting in unified experientially. I would suggest to all of you that listen to the recording again. And I am so impressed with that specific part where Ajay ji talked about aura cleaning, uninvited influence thing. His concept of uninvited influence is woven in the knowledge, the depth of knowledge. His explanation is so beautiful. How a mother is helping a child relieve the fear by hiding something, right? All that we call as influence is part of us. It's in the DNA, stored in the DNA. All that you are calling as influence is stored in the DNA, and it sort of, we know at our higher self level, we know it is there. And what is happening is it kind of keeps on giving us experiences in between. And why does it come? Those things are there in us because they are part of the attributes of the entire existence. We talk about God's qualities, right? Stay with the God qualities, you have good life. Drift away from God qualities, your life is going to give experience of misery. This is the learning. But think about those experiences which we are saying we create, drifting away from God's qualities. Those things that we are practicing are also God's qualities only. Because everything is God's quality. Everything is creation. And these aspects of creation exist. Use and abuse are both part of the same thing. So, understanding this is very important. What we are understanding is that in the existence, everything is there for me to taste and try. Everything is there. When creation happened, it just created without determining whether this is good or bad. We as humans first created, through experience, we were able to figure out, in intelligence, we were able to figure out what brings me good results, what doesn't bring me good results. So, those people who became aware, they created a set of characteristics. So, we call it guna, the attributes, the qualities of God. So that's where the concept of God came from. Everything that produces good experiences was encapsulated in the concept of God. These are God qualities. If you, so naturally, people would have, because they will give me good experience, we will drift towards the concept of God naturally, because that's what gives me comfort. But the experience from the God qualities and from so-called non-God qualities are my experiences. And I am learning about both of them, the good and the bad, both, because that's what makes me complete. Otherwise, if I simply stay only with God qualities all the time, then what will happen? I will miss out on the other side of me. I will not get to know myself. That is the entire purpose of the creation. Purpose of creation is to know myself. How do I know myself in totality? I have to know all aspects of me, the good and the bad, and also the ugly. Right? That is the purpose. But we tend to drift away. We sort of seek God qualities, the experience of God qualities, because in our association of experience, that is comfortable.
That is when we see God, when we are stuck. When we see
Ah,
fear, when we see there is no way for me, that is when we see God. That is why we assign these qualities of God, like this is where I feel safe, because that's very natural to me because I am from there, right?
ah,
So the other day I was just saying that connection with this God is love, and love is unified field. And that field has a property that says tathastu. I give you free will. You create anything out of whatever you create, it will be out of that unified field. It will have the qualities of God,
मतलब
and it will
right
give you the
चीज करेगा
experience what you seek. Right? So even the atomic bomb and whatever, the sword and the guns, they're all from that unified field. And how we use it, that is going to be my experience. So the concept of God was only initially created by human beings only when we were not able to survive the pain. And uh, part three is the most beautiful answer uh, I have learned, that why this creation exists. Achalaji keep posting this question. So there is a journey, and then part three is that revelation, our connection to the entire existence. Every part of it is touched. So
yeah,
this is so beautiful. And to Ajay ji, I mean, having so much of profound, not just wisdom, it's like he is crying when he's saying, "Oh, how can I not see God? How I'm not part of it?" So that kind of realization he has, and still he's continuing with this, new modern book called Unified. And somewhere I feel, if you truly understand being non-judgmental, it's tricky who is just witnessing how can one create. There are hidden questions. And then last week I came to know about another, not scriptures but the old ancient wisdom. It's called Spadkarika. So it's saying that everything is created out of that non-moving vibration. Because one who is witnessing, how can it create? But if we come to the point where Einstein is giving us the concept of unified field, and we are experiencing it in our body when we are aligning ourselves, when we are quietening our mind, centering ourselves into our heart, that's when we start feeling that we are not moving, nothing is moving, nobody is doing it like a guitar, nobody is playing it, but it is happening. But it is happening only when we are quiet. And it gives us immense power we do not even realize, because we have not been able to tap into it for long. We have running mind. It has so many questions. It wants to know everything tonight, and it wants to make all the experience just now. So that is where the rush is coming. I want to see the results, but things are naturally happening in my own life. I've been seeing that whatever I wanted, it is happening gradually. It is taking its own time, but it is making me another different person gradually, not a different person one night later. So having so much of realization, exploring a new concept, somewhat new concept, I would say. Not everything was there, because the book, in the preface itself, it says that this kind of wisdom was never given before. But yeah, somewhere it is connected with our past scriptures also. We should have that kind of realization what Ajay is having, and then only we can be open to this new concept. And yes, my trip to Banaras was, I didn't feel like anything, uh, different or very special. But later when I came back, and then I realized, I felt okay, something greater happened. I didn't realize. So, and the way I left my place, the Ranchi, it was so amazing because I didn't even prepare my bag. When I reached Banaras, I opened my bag. I rarely had four clothes. That was like not so good. Everyday war, right? And then later when I came back, I realized that something was calling me. I didn't even check my bag, what I have inside me. I didn't even carry my personal things that I use. I was like, oh, this is what is unconditional love, like something that is calling you. You don't even think, you don't even put questions. And the day I went to Vishwanath temple, I had no longing of going to temple, never ever. But the day I went there, I was not even planning to go there. I was thinking to just go and sit at the ghat. From home, that's how I started. But when I went there, somehow I reached, and I bought the flower and whatever that prasad they gave. That was like just like a, you know, you have to drop the sandals, the shoes. So they will give you that prasad. Then only you can drop your sandals. So you have to take prasad. That's the rule. And the moment I started walking, the flower fell and it touched my feet. That was the moment I stopped and I looked and I thought, what am I doing? Because I was not thinking, and it was just something like calling. And then there was a whole journey I shared in with Monilji's program, whatever I had, and I still feel that I could share a little bit of it, but it was too much of things that was done in an unawareness before, like going to temple, doing worship. I never liked it, but my mom used to take, so I used to go and do it. But this time I just felt that I was aware and learning from my higher self. What am I doing every moment? And silently, some thoughts are coming. I'm watching. Some judgments are also coming. I'm also watching that. But it is rectifying in itself. That is what also I was watching. And I realized that the story had to end with with that concept of love that is everywhere, wherever I am. My experience has to be love only. Where people are ready, you will call them a cheat. They're around us, but they still leave you in the space where you feel that love. That is why we are here, continuing our journey. And it doesn't happen. It didn't happen in first or second year. It took some time to integrate. Like what Ajay is saying, that you have to have that total belief, or whatever you are understanding, you have to accept it inside and outside of your existence. Then only you can make your experience. So it took some time. So and definitely it was a very different experience altogether, which I could only realize once I came back from Kashi. And um, when I went there, I went with a lot of my unified practice presentation, practice, and the flight journey, reaching to India and being there with different sort of energy. And then there was Amavasya that I guided a little meditation on that. I had this in the morning. I was standing in the rooftop at my in-laws' place, and there was a crow who came and hit my head, and it flew back. And that's when the higher self started posing me question, why this happened to you? Just think about it. And then next day was Amavasya. So then, I just did a little bit of Google because I really didn't want to go in that dark, knowing little bit of something that is questioning me. And then it helped me understand what it was. And that is the outcome I did, the Amavasya Dhyan. So while going, I did a lot of preparation. I did it, I lived with everybody in that understanding, in that realization, sharing love and light. While coming back, the last night I slept there, I felt a lot of fear. I was sleeping by myself, so I felt a lot of fear for the first time, like a lot of um, uninvited influences coming around, and this, as if I'm going and they're again questioning. So I whole night I just kept doing that affirmation so deeply, and and the next morning when I was planning for my return to US, I closed my eyes. I wanted to send love and light to the entire journey, but I could not do it. As if that is my place. As if I just wanted to see if I am love, how my experience is going to be. I did not set up, usually when I said that I went prepared from here, it just meant that how, um, whatever practices we do in Unified, from clearing aura, grounding, sending love and light, and um, like every step. Also connecting, like when I'm not even in my flight, you learn it in part 3, although I'm making my connection to it. And to the hops, I have 4 hops before I reach India. So all that I was in my head planned. But when I was returning, I couldn't do it. And then I said, okay, let's see whatever happens. Then the experience came so differently. It was the old experience I had in 20, maybe 12 or 13, where, airport guys are putting you in a different situation. And then, because this Unified is not sleeping, right? I'm thinking, why my experience is so different? What I have to learn? You know, I'm seeing that I'm getting uh, um, irresistible. I would say, uh, not calm. But then uh, the thought kept going, and then the realization came as I went down. I could become I became calm. Then the realization came, the higher self again saying the same word, like guiding and all that. So from India only, I started seeing that all my flights are delayed. The first leg from Ranchi to Delhi was delayed. Delhi to Paris was delayed, and then Paris had a very little gap. So I thought we could not make it. We would not be able to make it, but somehow we pushed ourselves and we reached at the very end of the gate closing, and then we got that flight, and then the next flight to JFK, where I met Jagruti Patel ji. I think she is not here. She came to meet me at airport and she brought a lot of snacks and food. It was good. And then I came back home. And after that, I felt so much of fatigue, and like never before. Like never before I am feeling that fatigue. Even last night, like I'm sleeping half asleep, and I'm seeing that my mother-in-law is coming and she's waking me up. Wake up, wake up. I said, what? Wake up, wake up. I said, what? Don't disturb me. I'm sleeping. She said, take this medicine, you need it. And I had that in my dream. But I was awake. I was very next moment opening my eyes and sleeping, and I'm feeling somebody's around me. taking care of me. So that thing happened. And in because the Paris had very little gap, I didn't get my bags on time. So we came home without bags, and the bags was delivered next day. Then only the when the bags was not delivered on time, so I was just starting my sending love to that bag wherever it is, and the bag came fully, however it was the next day. So the experience will change the moment we misalign from our state. That peace and calm that I hold inside. That's what I saw in my stay also in my at my in-laws place. Whenever I wake up in the morning, oh, it is late, I need to rush, and I need to do all this thing. That day there will be so much noise outside. So the very next day I was aware that why it happened. Next day I started with my time, like, okay, take your time, stay 5-10 minutes at your bed and do whatever you do. That centering and sending love through the days, and do aura cleaning, closing, and whatever. Start your day from here. So it was like, okay, perfect. Even people are arguing, okay, that's not happening in front of me. Whenever I'm away, that's happening. And when I come back, I just get to listen something happen. So that kind of experiences you will start seeing in your life, where you have all sorts of experiences. That's what I keep saying, that there's a life with before unified, then you take it once, then you start seeing from that, you know okay, what is happening, something very difficult, how that forgiveness before was like, to for me to become more compassionate, maybe, if I do it very different way. But Baba is saying there's nothing compassion. There is only, you are realizing that you are creating your own reality there. Your thoughts are posing your scenes in front of you, and just be aware of that at every moment. So that kind of realization, you start seeing that once unified is gone, you start seeing life differently, and you start accepting it. Things like, okay, I am creating it for something, and I need to learn what I am creating this for, right? So that will add, or what the book says, the practical guidance. That is what it will lead us to the deeper understanding. Sometimes you will see simple aura cleaning, but how Ajay ji is saying that, okay, I feel it this way. You start experimenting in your life, and you start seeing it in a different way. Maybe you never thought before. So this is a real life experience that only comes through when we are taking this wisdom inside us, and are always aware, practicing. And we know there's been a long debate for ages. There's God, no God, and all sorts of Vedas, Upanishads. They're there for like, even Brahma Sutras. They're like arguing on documentaries, whatever have been written. But whatever have been written and whatever is being written, they are there for us to, understand our own experience. We don't understand. Like, without unified, I wouldn't have understand what happened at Kashi or wherever the India trip from here to India, and the coming back. I just wanted to experience the plain life. What if I don't do it? And the experiences were so different. But I was not like, I was, you know, feeling unrest in the moment initially, but the very next moment I was aware, I was able to clean, heal, and correct thoughts, and do things in the right way. So that awareness is always guiding, and it will also let us learn and things from moment to moment. So that's what, in short, I didn't thought I will share my Banaras experience here, but the throughout India experience I could share, which I shared in um, Hindi group also in a bit. But I think the sharing here is a little bit different. Yeah. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you all live your life from this awareness of unified, and you create your experience, and also without the awareness of unified, and then also create your experience and see, okay, why I need to do it? Why should I do it? Why should I live with God qualities? How does it make? Does it going to make a change, difference? So that's what it is.
Thank you. And this is really beautiful practical application of what we are learning. This is what it is, right? So Preeti traveled to India. India did not change. India stayed the way it was. In-laws stayed the way they were. Their house was still the same. Banaras was still the same. The way it is. It has always been that way. But Preeti's experience changed, right? And that was all triggered by the thoughts. That was a realization, the practical application. How our thoughts create our experiences without changing anything. Only what changes is our experience. Also, once again, please take your time to listen to what Ajay ji has explained to us today um, about the concept of God. There is significant knowledge in what he has explained about the concept of God, our understanding of God, and understand that it has been very beautifully explained in our scriptures, but we do not know. We only know that angle of it, which um, some people from the social system have used for exploitation purposes. That's not the true knowledge, though, right? So the scriptures have always very clearly explained the concept of God, right? We have just, because of how we are brought up, the society around us, the family, the system, whatever, we learn things from that which is coming out of or created from ignorance. That's why we have the questions about God.
And that's a good thing, right? But the scriptures are not the answers. The answers are our own experience.
Yeah,
So whatever we start experiencing, and then we reflect on the scriptures, that makes sense. But what if we take the Brahman and awareness and we don't understand each of it? And once we read it, we somehow somebody tells us we also get it. But what if I'm not applying it? I won't understand.
correct. So, but the good point is that first, the step one in knowing is first dismantle the wrong knowing that we have. How do we dismantle? Through the scriptures. The knowledge of scriptures is there for that purpose only. It doesn't explain anything to you. It only says that, well, how about this? Think about it. So,
And
first
they are
we
like
have
a
to
form of question
dismantle.
answer only. So they are
Yeah.
like experience sharing only.
Mm.
But also they are contradicting. Many of them are contradicting. Like the sixth darshana they talked about. You know,
And it's
they do give different philosophies like Sankhya and Nyaya and all that. So,
correct. And
but that is for us to open up, you know.
exactly. So, the purpose of all, now we know that there were so many types of philosophies. In those days, people were not so aware because it was not open this way. Today, we have organized information available to us. Well, okay, there were so many schools of thought. What does it tell me today? It tells me open up. This is not the only way. You can think about it this way also, this way also, this way also. And from all that knowing, make your own choice. Know for yourself from your experience. Know about it, right? Don't just imagine or assume things. That is
And
the
also,
knowing, that is the knowledge, that is the understanding that each one of us today, in this day and time, the day and age of information, we have the luxury of knowing. We have all those things served on the platter everywhere. What are we doing with it? Right? How are we using that knowing to develop ourselves, to grow ourselves?
even on the spiritual path, not everybody is like, liking all the scriptures, wisdom. Like many, they feel like, okay, this is so, um, you know, not practical. what I would do with this, and that kind of things also. But sometime some people connect more with Sankhya or some other philosophy, and they feel limited. But the kind of openness like what Ajay ji is sharing, it's like having it all and now combining it all, not fighting with one thing. There's no fight
Ah,
inside. Even on the spiritual path, there's no fight inside that
that
this is right and
openness.
this is wrong.
Exactly. So we have to look at those things without any bias. Be open, right? Okay, I am now looking at Sankhya. Let me get involved with all the assumptions embedded in there. Whatever assumptions they have, let me accept them and then now know about it. Good. Now I know enough about it, right? This is what, despite his so much knowing, Ajay ji has gone through all kinds of philosophies and now he has got this unified. So, what did he do? He used his experience of learning about different philosophies to this also. He is considering this as one more. And now, for me to know this properly, I have to embed myself in all the assumptions embedded. And now he is able to find connection from different aspects of philosophies, right? That is the growth. This is expansion. We have to be open to all the ideas. It doesn't mean that we become follower of one. For you are not becoming follower of anything. Knowing grows you in a much broader perspective. Then you don't, in fact, the more you know, the more you will shed your beliefs. This openness is helping shed the belief, because belief is, it makes us limited, and the moment you remove the limits, you become open, and then you are able to see, okay, there is something here, there is something here, there is something here, right, without creating the boundaries. So that approach to growth, approach to learning that Ajay ji has explained to us today is a very valuable thing. All of us have to learn from this. This is the um, key to our spiritual growth. So I'm really grateful that we have Ajay ji as part of our group and sharing so much knowledge and wisdom with us, and also helping us um, loosen up our beliefs. Right, that is a critical thing. Very key thing here is we our human tendency is we are very rigid with beliefs. And that once we start loosening up that rigidity, the entire cosmos starts opening up for you. And believe me that slowly and gradually your understanding of God will change
I love the
automatically.
Yeah, I love the place where he is connecting the Ishwar and the nature.
Ah,
So ultimately, there's God or no God, whatever beliefs are there,
huh,
we come to the point where we learn to live with nature in harmony, in not in one lifetime, two lifetime, or maybe 10 or 100 lifetimes. That's what the ultimate, that is what is going to happen. That's the experience of God, where only earning is not the way of serving myself. Nature is already taking care of us, and many of the old enlightened masters have lived that way. And that's what, simply without saying that, Babaji is guiding us that, you know, what is abundance. You start living that, understand that, and then you come and you experience that. So whether God or no God, you are coming in harmony with nature to experience your whole self and experience the nature, your relationship with the nature. In a book from Patriji, Be a Master, I remember the 5 questions he posed in the first chapter. And I think that should be um, fed to everybody, and those 5 questions are like, who or what you are, why do you come here, from where do you come and where do you go, what is your relationship with this creation. No, so these are the questions that were there. Maybe these were in the question, like in 5 points. And I think if we have that in our head, even though we do not get the answer over one night, but the life leads us in that direction. The answer comes, the realization comes, and also the life goes in a beautiful way with answers only.
This knowing of the more you know about the concept of God, I don't say knowing about God, knowing about the concept of God, the more you learn about it, the more amazing you will be amused. It's tremendous to learn more about it. Like people have this concept of Nirakar and Sakar. What does that really mean? Can your brain accept the fact that can be Nirakar and Sakar both? Brain will
Yes,
not accept it. Because for brain cannot see both sides of the coin at the same time.
yesterday only you talked about Nirakar, and then only I just realized, oh, because God is an experience, how can it be in any shape? That was the first time I realized it.
Yeah. So understand, and like one fine day, as because I had this question always, and pretty much like everybody has the question about what is God, and actually I used to have who is God. Then it changed to what is God. Slowly, automatically it changed. I don't know at what point in time. From who to what. And then from what, one day I suddenly realized for myself that God is just a state of being. It's my state. And that was such a big click in my head. Wow. And in Unified, know this thing. How Unified is telling you the same thing. God is love. One equation. God is equal to love. Okay. Second equation. I am made in the image of God. So God equal to I. Right. Now, because of these two equations, I equal to love. Right. Now think of it. I equal to love is what? Love is what created everything. It is the basis of all that exists. Unified field, call it whatever, right? So I am all that exists. I am. What does that mean? My state is that love, that unified field. That is my state. When you begin to understand, and this has to come only through your knowing. Shaileshji's words don't matter at all. Your own knowing has to come. From within, it will come. When you allow an open acceptance of knowing, then things will start coming automatically. Then you will not even debate. Then, when somebody says, well, can you show me God? I would be just laughing, just like Buddha was laughing. Buddha never answered these kind of questions. Why? And people, you know what people are assuming? That in Buddhism there is no God. It is just that they do not want to talk about the word God. Why? Because people have different interpretations of one concept. That's why it's because it's a concept, everybody assumes a different imagination of that. So when you are somebody is describing a potato and you are thinking he is talking about a tomato, the understanding will always be wrong, right? There is no common point. We are talking about two different things. That's why the wise people never talk about God. They just don't. They avoid that question altogether. Everyone who is asking that question has an understanding. That's why the question is coming. And that understanding cannot be changed by talking. That understanding will change only when they themselves will reach that state of openness. And that openness in part 3, we will be doing that opening. There is a process of opening ourselves. So that's what we will do there, connecting with the entirety, the totality. So Yeah, this is that beautiful um, explanation today by Ajayji, that he has embedded the existing deep knowledge into unified concepts, right? So beautifully explained. So thank you, Ajayji. Thank you for bringing us to this level. We have now really graduated. Thank you.
And I'm sure it will be so much fun and learning part 2 and part 3, because this chapter number 7 is going to,
Uh, uh,
expand further. And I would
mm,
really like if you can share one day what you understand in a week. Take a
mm,
day and then share like your understanding or explanation to it.
mm. Yeah, Sunanda ji, you would like to at least clap for Ajay ji.
Yes, everybody clap
Yes,
for
I have
it.
already clapped. Always I hear his, what can you say this? I pravachan. I always say your pravachan. So no, I just
It's not
wanted
pravachan, it's
to,
deep wisdom. It's
yeah,
just like it's not he's not telling anybody to anything, but he's just explaining
yeah.
his own.
Yes, just when Preetiji was talking about that Kashi Vishwanath, and she told that I have never, I didn't have much, towards visiting the temple. That only got me, that prompted me to think about this. I remember Yoganandji has written autobiography of a yogi book. There is some occasion where he has gone to meet some yogi at some place, you know, on his way to visit to Himalaya or something like that. Long back, I read the book, so I do not remember exactly. Then he got down at a certain railway station. Then he started walking. So while walking, he went past a temple. But he just, he went ahead. And that day he had a lot of difficulties to find the place where the yogi was staying. And he could not get also. So at the end of the day, like in the evening, he reached a village where he stayed with a villager. He got the food from them, and next day morning again he set out on his journey. And just he has gone maybe 1 mile, something like that. He saw the yogi is coming towards him. Okay, so then he prostrated him. Then after that, he asked him, "Where is God?" Then he said, "Everywhere." Okay, everywhere. If it is everywhere, why didn't you go inside the temple and bow at the Shivaling? Okay, that was his ego. Yeah, and he himself that time quite evolved. It is not that he was an ordinary man. Eh, He said, if God is everywhere, why don't you think in the temple also there is God? So that was the reason why you face so much of difficulties yesterday. So from that, it keeps someone thinking, yes, so many times we tell, we don't believe in doing puja, this, that, okay, don't believe, don't do, but whoever is doing, let them be. No need to decry, like, being judgmental about this, that he's doing puja. Oh, I've been telling my mother, do meditation, do meditation. But she is happy, mother is happy, whoever is doing, they are happy doing, so let them be. So in that also there is God. In meditation, yes, of course, you know. So that was the thing I wanted to tell. That's why I raised my hand. And
In
and
meditation, you go
today,
inward and you start making your connection with yourself. That's all.
yes,
From
yeah,
outside,
yeah,
you go inside. And then you go
yeah,
inside and you look outside and then you see, okay, something is different. It's no more the
yeah,
old uh, view
yeah,
that I had.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and another thing also before everybody a little bit, I can say, really being in unified it is helping us so much about Ajay's visiting to the hospital. Everything happened seamlessly, nowhere, any difficulty. That's what maybe he must be talking about the Bombay thing. I don't remember, arguing with the doctors, this, that, why they are not giving attention here. Wow, you won't believe, the way it happened. Even a few days back, even I sprained my leg. I have already sprained 4 times before. This is not the first time. Okay. So each time it takes almost 1 month before I come back to my normal, sitting on the floor cross-legged. This time I fell. I said, the next day children were visiting, after hearing Ajay's condition, they immediately came to Dubai after 1-2 days. So I said, this time it has to happen when I cannot stand and work. You won't believe, Shailesh-ji, Preeti-ji, you won't believe. Never I had that experience. Yeah, little bit, And that day I was thinking all the evening, oh, this has to happen today to me. Next day morning, nothing much. Yeah, the swelling was there, a little bit pain. It is not that, how it used to happen before.
That was for you to
So,
realize it was the God's plan and you were part of it. Even when Ajay ji is saying that do not have any symptom, but I had this, and the timing when that happens, the things that happen without any reason, when we could not find from our outside mind, things they happen because you are needed somewhere at that point of time, and you have to go through whatever is happening, that which he did
yes,
usually. And he did a lot of aura cleaning. Maybe that place was seeking that help, and with his love and light he got invited. So the experience was outside from this, it was like this, but inside he said that I did that many times and I felt so better, so much better. And we do not realize those uninvited influences, how much better they felt. Why you are in
yeah,
Dubai, why you are learning this and doing this exercise at
yeah,
hospital, or you go to jail or mandir or temple or anywhere. And there's a reason behind it. It's a
yes,
calling, it's a
yes.
connection. That's when things happen. And the best part was
It
like
is,
that the wisdom is there, so you're not losing, you're not going down in your understanding. As Ajay was saying, MRI I have gone through twice at the very young age. And I didn't know that time. Initially, I was like, and I was not surrounded by anybody. I was by myself in Pune. No one was around me. And then first time now I realized that it was the time when I surrendered. I just started meditating with that loud noise. I had no fear or nothing. I just felt like I'm that noise only, and there's no disharmony. That was at very early age, and facing all this all by myself. It was a great um, foundation. I would say that I was setting up for my life, for all these experiences of learning from life.
yeah, it is very beautiful. That's the way our Guruji, Kriya Yoga Guruji tells, during my young days when I was traveling in the bus, people play cinema songs. I close my eyes and take that song as, to my beloved, whoever is his beloved, you know.
Actually, that's how it is written.
So, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
both of you.
Thank you. Chaliye, so should we proceed further with Ajay ji's leading us through the practice for today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Lizzie, before I go, I want to talk two things. I
Sure.
just
Yeah.
there is a now after we know this is how we live in this world. So yes, okay. Again, I go back to the scripture. In Aitya Upanishad, there's a beautiful verse is there. I'm just taking a part of it. What he's saying, Atma Ba Atma ba idam eka eva agra. He's saying, always in scriptures, idam means this world, perceived world, whatever is there. He's saying, Atma ba means, yes, Atman, agre asita. That means, this world, whatever you are perceiving it, Atma is sitting agre. Agre means just before that. So that means whenever you are seeing something, wherever you saw the snake, the rope is there. Rope is not far. So that means whenever you are seeing anything, so what we have to do is, I have to see the divinity in that. So the other day we were discussing, we took is like we took the worst thing, like a toilet seat. So when I am looking at the toilet seat, can I see the divinity? I said, why not? So what do? I worship, because when you see the divinity, is our attitude is, I have to worship. I have to, even if not formally, but I bow mentally. So what my relationship now with that toilet seat now is, if I can take care of it very mindfully, then it is a worship of the Lord. Like you come back, the chapel is there, you throw one chapel goes that side, one chapel goes that side. So that's not there. If the God is there, God is also there, because he's saying Atma va idam agre asita. Even God is there in chapel also. So if I put it nicely, that means I am worshipping the divinity. So that means every moment. So one is my behavior, my attitude, and my alertness. I have to be alert that I am in spiritual path, and I have to perceive divinity in everything, every person, and every incident. Like it said, why it happened, we have to find out why. That must be a message for me. So this is a beautiful way of looking at the small things. Because only when the small things we do, when challenging situations comes, automatically this attitude comes. It helps us. So this is one, and I want to share this one. Another one I wanted to, there is a beautiful simile in, sorry, again I have to talk about Upanishads. So Mundaka Upanishad, there is a beautiful simile of two birds. Two birds, what they are doing it. One bird is sitting on the top of the tree, and another bird is on the lower branch. So in the lower branch, there are beautiful fruits are there. So this bird is eating, some sweets is there, so he's going on eating. Then some are not so sweet, so he's little upset. Then he finds one very bitter one. Then when he eats that bitter one, then he looks up. Then he sees, oh my God, he's so happy. He's just sitting there, and why I have to get this bitter fruits? He said, no. I must also go up. Maybe in the there, things will be different. So then he hops, and then when he go to the next branch, then again he sees some fruits. Then again he get tempted. Then he starts eating. So sweet fruit was there, so he was enjoying. And again one bitter fruit comes, so he looks up, then he hops to the next one. So like that he goes. Lo and behold, when he reaches in the top, you know what he finds? He finds that he was ever that bird in the top, and this lower bird was never there. Are you getting it? That he was always the higher bird, and this lower bird who was hopping, it was never there. That means you and God, one and the same. You had strayed and you have now come back. So actually, That's why that Sufi saint, he said, when I searched for myself, I found God. When I searched for God, I found myself. So God, you, is unified. There is no God, there is no, only you. There is nothing, even this world is not there. And that happens in meditation also. Even we can meditate today, we can see, when you close your eyes, you're looking at it, whom you see? Nothing you see, but you exist. You are aware you are existing. Your name is not there. Nothing is there. Nothing else is there except you. That means what is truth is you only. That's it. No God, no creation, nothing except you. Sit over it. Think it over it. This is the truth.
That's part 3.
Oh, okay.
And we have to experience it, and it has been talked a lot. But I loved the way you said before also that, there's no accident. Even in your life, there's no accident. Whatever is happening, everything is delivering something to you. And the same way, the creation. That's how you're part of that one thought of God, and you are creating inside it. So it is also part of God's thought. Okay, shall we go into meditation then? Beautiful. I mean, we are in a very good state. So if we go silent, we can integrate all this.
Yeah. Take out, oh, sorry. I have to take out my specs also. Yeah. Take out your specs if you want. Sorry, you must. And cross your legs. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your spine straight. Take a sip of water if you want. Observe your breath, each inhalation and exhalation. When your breath slows, mind becomes calm. Slowly withdraw your mind. Go inside. Try to reach the spot when you say I, where from it is coming. Now slowly expand yourself. Now whole your awareness, whole creation is in your awareness. If some thoughts are coming, let us now go with the thoughts. Let us clean our aura also. Let us send love and light to all the uninvited influences in our aura. Each of you are whole and you are healed. You were made with love and light, and you are still love and light. There is no pain for you, and you are not afraid anymore. There is a perfect place for each one of you to rest. I am requesting my higher self, tell his or her name, to take you to your respective places. Please live in peace. Live live in peace and be peace. I am now closing my aura to all except my higher self. I am sending love and light to all the thought forms that may be forming around me. Now that you are free from all thoughts, concentrate on your heart center. Feel the heart expanding. The whole creation now is in my awareness. No more my awareness is inside my body. It is like the space inside the room. Now all the rooms, the whole creation is in space. Similarly, all living beings, things, and the whole creation is in my awareness. I had learned I am inseparable from the Lord. Now I realize God and myself are one and the same. God is love. I am love. God is light. I am light. God is happiness, bliss, and joy. I am happiness, bliss, and joy. God is perfect. I am perfect. God is peace and gentleness. I am peace and gentleness. God is abundance. I am abundance. God is all-knowing. I am all-knowing. I am that permanent, unchanging existence and awareness. I am that sea of awareness on which waves of experiences come and go. Every pleasure, every pain, every emotion is just an incident, a wave. That doesn't bother the sea. All my experiences are only incidences. They are like waves. I remain not impacted at all. The whole creation exists in me. Every experience is just emerges and emerges back. The whole creation is almost like my body. It rises in love, remains in love, merges back in love. The whole creation is the manifestation of love. I, the God and the creation, is one and the same. slowly come back. But maintain that inner feeling of calmness, expansion, and love. Slowly move your body a bit. Place your hands on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly remove your hands. Drink a little water if you want. I bow to you all. My love and gratitude to Pritiji, Shailesh, Nehaji, Bandanaji, Manilji, and all the masters. This whole platform, whole unified. It appears has been designed specifically for me from at this point of time. It was not an accident. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ajayji. It was so peaceful, as if we don't want ever to end it. So it was beautiful experience, and that's how I asked you that, if possible, please come forward and take one session in part 2 coming days. So you have already the wisdom inside you that you are living, and there's a connection that you just expressed with Unified. So thank you so much for this beautiful experience that you gave today, from summary to meditation. I will take a leave now, but we have a news to share, which Shaleshji will do it as we go forward from here.
Which one? Which news? I have lots of news always.
What
But yeah,
we are going to do next week.
right. Okay. So yeah, first thing I want to really express my gratitude to Ajayji for giving us this beautiful experience of the practice as well as of the summary so far. It is so much enlightening for all of us. So thank you for that. Each one of the masters, when they express, it opens up new knowledge, new knowing for everyone else who is listening. So I want to really thank you for that, Ajayji. And yeah, so the news part of it, there is nothing new about it. Because in the English session, we had only Ajayji's nomination for doing the revision session. So we will not have sessions tomorrow, day after. But next week, what we are planning is, as a starting point for part 2, we will be running a week of meditations. So next week will be 3 days in Hindi and 3 days in English. We will go through meditations. Preeti will lead us through specific meditations to get us ready for part 2, right? We've been away from regular classes for some time, so we need to really kind of prep and be prepared for part 2. Part 2 will have another thing about part 2 is lot of active participation will be necessary from each one of you. So you will have to actively engage with the um, sessions that we will be doing. If you have already bought the workbooks, you would already know how much work is there, right? You will already see this workbook is almost 1.5 the size of previous workbook. There is a lot more content in it. And the purpose of the content is to give you easy steps to follow, right? So because this part 2 is more, it has more concept in it. I would call it more like a concept in it, more specific format to be followed, right? So now generic is going to reduce to specifics. We will be working on the self now, very focused on the self and then different aspects of the self. So that's the part 2. And I remember from previous year that Shilamji had the most challenge in this part. Uh, but when I was writing the workbook, not I, it was me and Preeti. When we were doing it, we had Shilamji in mind. So this workbook is designed for Shilamji, right? So, and I'm sure everyone else will benefit from the design of the workbook, the way we have structured it. It helps us conceptualize the very essence of part 2. So just be prepared. I'm just kind of signaling an alert that more active engagement will be necessary, right? So know that. And the good part of it is that active engagement is relevant to your ongoing life. So it's not hypothetical, nothing hypothetical, all practical, real, whatever is going on. That's what it will be. So next week, first 3 days, we will do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll do it in Hindi, the meditations. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we will do it in English. And then the week after, we will start the actual chapters from the book, chapter 9 onwards. So that is the plan, which I wanted to share. If anything, Preeti, you want to add to this, just you can say that.
Yeah, it's long revision practice, and many of us are not regular, right? As you said, not everybody is coming, but I hope people are doing their own practice. But in coming week, 1 week will give for us to totally integrate part 1. If there is any if and buts with today's session, we will take it inside and start working seriously. There's a whole matter is being committed. That's all. And commitment in every moment, not like in 1 hour of meditation, some attending some session, whether you attend or not. But if you are practicing what you are taking from the book, that's more than enough. If you are understanding what the book is telling, only a bit also, then also it's more than enough. But the key is to keep practicing, and so that next week we will prepare our body to align with whatever we are practicing, because wherever there's a change, whether it's good or bad, our mind rejects it, and we feel it in our body. So there will be a little bit of tips and more of not much of question answer, I would say, but more of uh, deep silence practice. Feel your body, your heart space, and the connection, the connection with the creation. All that we'll do it together. Um, so just prepare yourself and let everybody know, whoever were part of it, but now they are not here, and so that they would take the benefit. It's only the part of 24 days that we will extend only a week here, 6 more days. 3
Yeah,
days in
so
Hindi, 3 days in English.
and the timing is still the same. It'll be same time like we do this session. Same time we will be doing all the meditation sessions. So 3 days in Hindi, 3 days in English. And then Jasmeet ji's question is how many weeks? Part two. Part two is 8 weeks,
8 weeks.
just as in the book. There are 8 chapters, 8 weeks. So we will do it for 8 weeks. During part two, please do not hesitate in asking questions. I'm going to be able to tirelessly answer all your questions. I will never be tired. So don't worry about what happens to Shailesh if I ask this question. Don't worry about it. I'm here to answer all your questions. As much as you want, I can keep answering. So do not hesitate. Um, I don't mind absolutely any question that you have will be welcome, and I would try my best to help you go through the answer. Okay, so that is my suggestion and request to all of you. All right, so yeah, Jasmeet ji wants to say something. Yeah, Ajay ji is available. You can ask all the questions.
Yes. Atmavandan, Salesh ji, Preeti ji, and all the masters. Firstly, thank you, Ajay ji. Thank you for the beautiful meditation you led us today. Like Salesh ji said, this was unique. Of all the meditations, like I attend generally Hindi and English both as well. But the uniqueness in your meditation and your guidance was that you were so stable and मतलब जैसे कहते हैं ना कि ग्राउंडेड आपका इतना स्लो एंड जैसे जो सलेश जी ने बताया था कि स्लो डाउन तो स्लो डाउन का आज एग्जाम्पल था कि इतना सुंदर धीरे ठहराव के साथ हमने आज मेडिटेशन किया एंड शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट इट वाज नॉट लाइक गोइंग ऑन फॉर हाफ एन आवर इट वाज सो इफेक्टिव सो गुड दैट like I was happy with my evening is made, my day is made.
Thank you. Thank you, Jasmeet ji. You know, in the spiritual side, if you want to pull somebody, is first is praise him, praise him or her.
No. तो मुझे मालूम है कि आप मेरी प्रेज से आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा और सब किसी की भी प्रेज से आई नो
I
वो
tried
एक ईगो आता
to
है
be
यू नो
sincere.
दैट ईगो कम्स दैट आई एम knowledgeable or I know this thing I know what you're saying but I'm telling you from my heart this is what I felt.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and I have yet to listen to your initial part of the talk because I joined late. Somehow I thought that today was a holiday. I don't know, Wednesday ko Thursday ke beech mein I got confused and I joined late. So I'll go back to the YouTube session and I'll hear because I just cannot miss your talks and your writings. You write so beautifully, you talk so beautifully. So I'll go back to the YouTube session.
Thank you. And on the God itself concept, if Shailesh ji, Preeti ji agree, then we can have one class on God itself. So we'll see how Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and Yoga
Yeah.
Sutra, also yoga, how the three of them, they look at it. So at least if we know, then whatever you believe in, like Salesi said, whatever you believe in, so at the ultimately there is nothing except you. So it is a construct, mental construct, how you know, when you are building a house, you have to have a design, you put things together. So similarly, we have to have something because it's like an X factor. When you try to find a solution, you cannot, so you take X. So that is God in spiritualism. So that is some ground rules are there. That's exactly what we can just go through it, just to have a better understanding of what it is.
You know, I feel I'm so lucky. Maybe I was preparing all these years for these kind of talks. I understand darshanas, I understand various philosophies, Sankhya, I understand what is Advaita Vedanta. And now I understand when you say Shruti, Smriti, Nyaya, the three different, you know, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and like Vedanta studies comprises of what? Like I am touch wood, I understand. And this makes it more interesting. Had I not known ABCD of all this, I would have just considered पता नहीं क्या बात करते हैं, कहाँ से बात करते हैं, ये क्या चीज है. So fortunately, I understand whatever you say, but it's just that श्रुति लेवल पर हूँ, निधि ध्यान में अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा चल रही हूँ. I'm trying to get into it. So, if time permits, Shalishi, please stop me whenever you feel it's too much and let me know, because I have like 2, 3 different types of sharings. Preeti was talking about going to Mandir, that in Banaras. So, I have spent my 10 years of my prime life in Banaras because I've done my graduation and my post graduation from Banaras. So, it was like 10 years. So, first time as like I'm talking about 85, 85, yeah, 85, 86, when I went to Mandir, Vishwanath temple. So there is Abhi wala is a very different construction. Now they have broken all those lanes and it's become a corridor. It's a very different, altogether different setup now. So earlier, before the actual mandir, before you reach the mandir, lot of shops. There used to be a lot of prasad shops who will try to sell their dona mein flowers, the little bit of puja ka saman, and they will tell you, chappal utaro, chappal utaro. They will like, everybody, every shop, maybe 1 kilometer before, they will tell you. And if you are new to Varanasi, and you will obviously come in their this thing under their force, and when they say chappal utaro, mandir ke paas aa gaye, chappal kahan utaroge? So you tend to remove your feet and buy prasad from there. So they understand that you are a newcomer. This is how they understand that you are a newcomer. Because the people who are in Varanasi know that Mandar is much far away and there is a place to keep slippers, and there are other shops who are nearer. Why will you walk barefooted, like almost like a 1 kilometer? So that's their way of understanding that you're a newcomer. And then what happens? There is a chain of events happening. Once they know that you're a newcomer, as you step in the mandir, they will trap you. So many people will come from this all your sides and they say, "ये आपके भाई के लिए ये पूजा, ये वो अभी अभी दक्षिणा दीजिए." You will shed out some money because you feel, oh, भाई के लिए पूजा है, अगर आपने नहीं की. Then just when you turn other side, oh, आपके पिताजी के लिए ये पूजा, आपके husband के लिए. And they literally, whatever money you have, they'll make sure कि आपका सारा पैसा वहीं पर ही वो distribute कर लेते हैं. I have undergone, I
Jasmeet
have faced that.
yeah, Jasmeet this particular thing, which if you are referring to my reference to Preetiji's visit, you must hear that video, because Manilji had said that I had said, you listen to that. It was not about, it is a totally different aspect of it. You listen to it.
Okay,
It's
I will.
totally
No,
different.
all
It,
right,
it,
all
it
right.
is a totally, it has nothing to do with the physical part of it.
No, I'm not. Maybe I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my experience. So, when I came back, I felt as if I'm cheated, as if everybody wanted money in the name of your, they played with my emotions. कि ये भाई ये के लिए पूजा, ये husband के लिए पूजा, ये उसके लिए पूजा, and like, when I came back, I felt as if I was cheated and it was a scandal and this is not the way how you go in a mandir or something. That was my first experience over there. And of course, I have stayed for years and I have gone back many times. Banaras to cheesy ऐसी है कि you keep going back. अगर आप एक बार जा गए तो you will feel like going back again and again. Because that morning Mandir Aarti and all those events which happen are so beautiful. The ghats, the rides and all. It's very beautiful. Deep Deepavali and all decorations. But this is what I'm telling. This was my first experience. Now coming to an experience, Shailaji, just guide me that आपने कल बोला था let go, right? A very strong word for me. And I didn't know that few days ago I had gone to Kasoli for the Kasoli Club, and it has a beautiful library. And I got a book which said The Art of Let Go. उसका नाम Let Go. I'll share the cover with you. And मैंने ऐसे ही वो ले लिया था without realizing कि this is the book and I have to read this book. Yesterday, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I could not sleep in the night. And I went to another room from my bedroom And I picked up that book. The moment I saw that book, I said, "Oh, Saleshi was talking about let go. Ye to letting go, this art of letting go hai ye to." And I read 70 pages in 2 hours. And I did not feel कि मुझे नींद क्यों नहीं आ रही. Actually, मुझे aura clean करना चाहिए था. I have linked my aura cleaning to particular this thing events, and उसके बाद मैं aura clean करना भूल जाती हूँ. Even if at home, I feel I'm safe at home. Though I should have done. Why in the middle of the night I'm reading that letting go wali book, and it is so beautiful. I wish all of us read that book. And it's about a Japanese author. The author is a Japanese guy. And
Jasmiji, when you are letting go every day, when you are sleeping in
yes,
the night, your body sense is not there, your mind is not there in deep sleep. So you are living every day. So why you are I'm not telling you, but what I'm saying, each of us every day we have that experience of living without holding on to things. So if other time we are holding on, it is like you are holding on to $1 million which we won in a dream. Similarly, if we are holding on to our own beliefs, our own body, it's like the same as the dream million. It has no value because what we are holding on in the, our waking world, it is no more valid in the dream world. Whatever is valid in the dream world, it is not valid in the deep sleep world. So that means what is valid in deep sleep is not valid in waking world. That means I can live without these three things. If I can live without my specs is not my part of me. So if you can deep sleep state, you can live out of physical body and mind, you can live. So we are not physical body and mind. So why you have to read in the book? You see your own experience.
I have not reached that stage, Ajay. I am still holding on to
No,
physical
you
things.
are.
Kailash ji ne
You
kya
are
bola?
God.
Book mein kya
You
likha
are
hai?
God.
I have not
You
reached that state you are in. I'm holding
no.
on to things and walking. I'm still walking with sticks. I'm leaving behind. I mean, I'm leaving the ladders below, but I'm alone in my journey.
No,
You will not
try. When
understand,
what?
Ajay ji.
No, my only request is take these things. Think deeply. Think deeply.
Correct. Nidhi Dhyasan and Dhyan abhi aur bahut sara. See, my issue is I live in a duality kind of a situation. What I am with you means with unified or with any session or with Vedanta studies is a different Jasmeet. The moment I get up and I go into my Grihast Jivan outside this room, I have to play a different role. And that role is drastically opposite of what I want to be. I cannot explain it to you. मैं कैसे खिंच रही हूँ?
No, I can
Yeah.
understand.
I
Jasmeet
mean,
ji, that the villain also, we are also giving a villain an Oscar, correct? So that villain is also playing a villain role and he's getting an Oscar and we are
विलेन के
saying, oh,
कारण
he
ही मैं
must get
आपके
it.
साथ हूँ. I give the entire credit. दुख की निवृत्ति and सुख की प्राप्ति के लिए ही spirituality में आते हैं. If everybody happy in all situations, nobody is going to sit here. We all are here because we all want something.
Yeah,
दुख
yeah.
की निवृत्ति and सुख की प्राप्ति.
But one day, what you will realize is that the Jasmeet who sits here in the unified session and the Jasmeet who is in the Grihast Jivan, both of you is not real Jasmeet.
I
Right?
agree with that also. I understand that also. But
So,
अभी तो रोल तो निभाना नाटक तो करना ही है ना. I'm in the play. I have different roles.
So you
And they are very contradictory roles.
accept it. Accept it as your
I will
talent. This is your talent. You can do contradictory roles so beautifully. Wow. Why not accept it as a beautiful talent? I can do it. And your talent includes letting go. Remember, it is embedded. When you change your role from the unified participant to graced person, You have shifted yourself from one role to another. It includes letting go of some things and picking up something
Yes.
else, right? That's
Right.
how you change the role.
Right.
So letting go
Right.
is embedded in you. That's our human thing. Humans are the best adapting mechanism. So don't worry about that. You do not have to worry about it, but knowing is important, right? Don't worry about it. Know that letting go is important for me to grow, right? And now, final letting go will be when you shed both these identities. The one who is grahast, the one who is trying to be unified, all this will drop when the real one will come out. That is actually the real meaning of letting go. When we shed all our identities, right, the true one appears. And then it doesn't really matter what others think about that one. That so when now start thinking about the indicators to you. How will you know that I have shed everything? Because you will know that now nothing matters to me. I can go anywhere I want. I can do whatever I want without worrying about what will happen. That is an indication that, okay, I am done. I have let go everything now, right? So that aspect of our existence will happen. The
Rishi, I'm sorry, I'm going to
mm,
interrupt you here. See, like Preeti said, like every day is a new day.
mm,
Like, you know,
mm,
if it is just that day starts only for you, and if you are the planner and you are the creator, and if you want to execute the way you want to do, it's a different thing.
mm,
But when your behavior and your day depends upon how, you know, in a family, people influence you, or you have to do that kind of a role. For example,
mm,
my husband had to go to Delhi today,
mm,
and early morning यहाँ पे Uber और cab नहीं मिलती है. So I said, can I leave you? Can I drive you to the station? Of course, you will be driving, but when I come back, I get the car. I'll drive back. So I had mentioned it earlier that he has no confidence on me that I can drive,
mm,
or I have lost my confidence because I don't get the chance to drive. Like
mm,
he will always take me, and you know,
mm,
out of care and out of this thing. So it just happened that there was no Uber. At the last moment, we tried no cab, and so I went along. I left him, गाड़ी वापस करके लाई. I don't attend to calls when I'm driving at all. But then there was frantic calls from him. So I put my gari to one side. I halted and I attended the call. I said, "Yeah, what happened?" He says, "Did you put the handbrake down?" I said, "Yeah, I did that in front of you." And then I started. The moment I reached, "Did you reach?" What I'm saying is, मुझे अपने ड्राइविंग पे कॉन्फिडेंस था कि मैं आ जाऊंगी, but I was more scared of his reactions कि how is he going to take it that I'm going to drive.
mm,
So what I'm saying is, I'm not worried about, or my behavior to me or my day to me would have gone the way, you know, I would have led it. But now here I'm affected by my environment,
mm.
by my surroundings and other people's reaction.
How is
तो
this
उसके लिए तो
different for how is this different from anyone else?
anyone else का तो मेरा कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. मेरा कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है किसी से.
Ah,
I have to I
how about your husband? What does he feel about you? He is also living the
me
same way. Everybody, 100% of the people on this planet are living this way only, trying to please everyone else.
what do we do?
So you
I
are
can't make him
living,
angry.
so this is what you have to overcome. You are trying to please somebody, right? And remember, you can never please anybody unless they want to be pleased.
I'm pleasing him by dropping him to the station or driving back, or am I pleasing him? Like, in
Your,
what way am I pleasing him?
your entire personality that way. As a wife, you are constantly in that mode. So when you
You
are
want
able,
you want
when you
peace
are
in your
able to,
house. You want peace in your house.
that is the
Somebody
fear.
has to.
That is fear.
Mhm.
You have the fear. You have fear, attachment, all those things are there with you so stuck. Your knowing Vedanta is not helping you. You are very
That's
well
why I'm
stuck,
questioning
saddled.
you.
So you are saddled in. You have to first of all accept that I am saddled.
And I
Unless you
accept that.
accept it.
I openly accept. I openly accept
So what are you
that
going to do about it now?
I'm, I don't know. How do I proceed?
Start shedding. Stop
इस
worrying
सिचुएशन में
about.
मैं क्या लेट गो कर दूं?
Stop
इस
worrying
सिचुएशन में
about
मैं क्या लेट गो कर दूं?
in every situation, not just this. Every situation from now on, you will not worry about what others will think. Try doing it for one weekend. Do it on a weekend when
Rishi, just
everything is safe and
explain me. I am
secure.
not getting it. I am not getting it. See, you're saying let go. There was no cab. I offered that I can drop you. He
Uh,
accepted.
uh,
I came back.
hmm,
There were questions. I answered.
hmm.
So
Did it? So
what do I let go in?
what did you? What worried you in this whole situation?
That his lack of confidence in my driving.
Correct.
Why
So
did he feel
yeah,
कि मैं नहीं कर सकती? तो
right.
उससे
So
मुझे I feel down. I feel oh maybe कहीं एक्सीडेंट ना हो
so
जाए. Maybe कहीं ना हो जाए.
how will you change that?
I'll behave as if I'm more confident, or I'll say no, I can drive. I'm more confident,
Or
and
you
I'll
will,
make him feel I'm
or
more confident. Yeah.
or you actually drive all the time when he's away from there and tell him when he comes back. When you are not here, I went to Kasoli, I went to such and such place, I went to such and such place. Tell him, do it and then tell him. Put all those miles on your car.
I'm afraid of that, doing that.
So you are now throwing your fear on your husband. Actually, you are afraid, right? And you are making him the scapegoat. Overcome your fear. I had the same problem. I was not confident about my wife being able to drive. One day I was in the office. We used to carpool. I went with the other folks. My car was parked at home, and while I was away, she took two of her nephews with her, and she drove in Delhi all the way to Sadar Bazaar. Imagine Sadar Bazaar is a place where you
Great,
can't
yeah.
even drive a scooter. She went with the car in there and came back with all, she did all her shopping and everything, happily came back home. In the evening, she's showing me. I said, how did you get all this material? Oh, I went to Sadar Bazaar. How did you go? I drove. So just understand, you have to overcome your fears. And after that, I never worry. I said, then I had never ever second thought about her driving. Why? Because if someone can drive to Sadar Bazaar and come back, they can drive anywhere in the world. Right? So just understand this thing. You have to overcome your fear. And till such time you stay afraid and behind the fear, you will stay there and keep enjoying it. Don't worry about it then. Then you do not worry that, oh, I am not able to get unified. May not be, the time is not right for me to be unified for now. Forget about it. I want to enjoy being afraid. I want to enjoy being able to please everyone in my house and in my society everywhere. You can keep doing it. Nothing wrong with that either. There's none of this is wrong. It's what you desire, what you want to do, right? Do not follow, do not follow what I am telling you. Follow your inner guidance.
Mm.
And what we are learning in Unified is how to find that guidance. In part two, you will find that. You will know the process, how you can find your inner guidance, and then it's up to you again whether to follow it or not. That's again your choice.
Why I asked you how long is the part two, because I want to actually dedicatedly spend time into doing the part two, and I have to travel extensively
Hmm.
from mid-September onwards. So I'm like, again, into that cycle key, I'll have to see that recorded sessions and not do live, because live is live session. Live का तो अपना मजा होता है.
Once
So that's
again,
what.
this is your belief. Trust me, this is your belief. And you are right now carrying a thought of fear that I may miss out, right? And that will become reality for you. If you keep it, it will become reality for you. So, first thing is wash out that thought. Universe has many ways of providing you opportunities, right? You are thinking from your mind. Allow the universe to take care of the situation. Doesn't matter. And the universe will make sure that if you are actually not ready for part two, it will ensure that you are not able to continue. That's also there.
Yeah, it will happen whatever has to happen. It will
Ah,
happen the way it has to happen.
exactly. And accept it that way. Okay, fine. Next year I can do it. I am not in a hurry, right? Or whenever I come back, I can do it. It's my choice. That is what is important for you to understand. So these are important um, attitudinal changes we have to bring about. I am not stuck. Know this. Nobody is stuck. We all have the ability to grow and express. We only limit ourselves. So we start opening your limits. That's it. Letting go is that only. Letting go of what? When you say let go, what? Letting go of what? Your limiting thoughts, your limiting beliefs. That's what we all have to let go. Right? So just work
Thank you
on that
so
aspect.
much.
Yeah. That's the important part of it. Okay. Good.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Yes. Let's hear Sheelam ji. What after a long time we are seeing you. Are you not able to unmute yourself?
Myself? Yeah, I could.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Sheelam
Pallavi
ji.
ji. Pallavi.
Sheelam ji, I am asking her to unmute.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, your thing is, it unmutes and mutes again automatically. There is something wrong with your system there. It mutes again. It unmutes and mutes again. So there is some setting problem there on your device there. You may have to check that. Or maybe you log out and then log back in. Maybe that may help. So in the meantime, we will talk to Pallavi ji.
Okay.
Yes.
Atmohan and all.
Mm.
Hmm.
Atmana.
Atmohan Ajay
Thank you.
Atmohan Jasmeet ji. As we see, people like, I don't know, I'm feeling amazing now. Jasmeet ji, when I see and the question, I find myself 1 year back now. When I see Ajay ji, I don't know what level you are, but I don't know. Something is getting inside and something is happening. And I forgot also what I wanted to ask. But yeah, it was very nice meditation, short and sweet, which actually immediately connect you, And I feel now that as you also just maybe said, no, now that book everyone one should read. I don't know whether that is applicable to any other people also, you know, and that's how it goes. 1 year back, I was like that only. And I'm feeling, I don't know, this whole week is going like a turbulence in my life. A lot of things opening up. I'm trying to absorb it. because it is not easy when it is start downloading it and to accept it also. I feel that when it will open it for you also, I don't know what will happen to you. Like you will cry and because remember we say that we don't remember anything, what is happened or what I had in the breakfast yesterday or today also. But these little things inside connects you to so many memories behind also, and that time it connects. Oh, Shailaji has said that. I didn't listen to it. I didn't accept it. And when it is we are in that phase of acceptance, it starts, happening so many things, and we couldn't take it. That happened to me as well. Um, Now Preeti ji has shared her example, of Vishwanath. I really, really not believe in any that sakar thing and all it. I And my mom is like that also. From the childhood I learned from her, because she is into nam jap, but she is not believing, because the guru she is following, that they are not believing in that thing. So that is imbibed in my thing also. And I'm rebellious from the childhood only, I guess. That until I see the things, I will not believe it. And it is not with me, I think with all of us, right? Because until we don't see the results, or this is human tendency, I guess. So what I wanted to say that it is slowly, slowly opening up with everyone about this thing which Ajay ji is saying, no, this Upanishad and all this stuff. Still, I found that little thing inside me that is not ready to accept it. Just now, when he said, no, we will take one session, I wanted from my logical mind to understand it. So I said, yeah. Inside, when I saw that it is not accepting. Why? Why? Like this question arised. And then I saw why. Because the whole knowledge, what he is saying, the word, everything, like this is Advait, that gold. And Minaji also, shared the experience that we are going through, that Sri Vichar Chandroday. They are saying the same thing, all prakriya, then siddhant, and then drishtant, and how at the end, every layer you say neti neti. And then the remaining thing is you. So my mind is all clear that yeah, at the ultimate you are going to see yourself only. I don't know what this vision comes from, or what is that knowing thing from inside. So I always think that what is scripture? In fact, I argue with Guru, like as I have written also, like if you are enlightened, you have experienced that thing. In her presence, I have experienced many things, you know. So I am she I'm by for it, like she whatever she says I will just because I saw what is that strength to, it is like Swami Vivekananda. It happened to them that show me, can you show me God, can you show, he searching, he was in search of that thing, who can show me that God. When he just and as you also saw, so many drishtant is there, so many philosophies are there. And then again it came up in my mind, because even if he was able to show him God, Swami Vivekananda, but there is difference. He himself was, into that Dvait, that God is different. Kalima, who he is, you know, worshipping. So that is my, kind of confusion going on at the moment, and earlier also, like why then as Preeti ji said, no, as Vishwanath ji went, even same thing through PSSM, they had called to Kamakhya. I never go to any temple and all. It was like inner calling, at last moment I booked the ticket, because I told my husband also I'm not going. I don't know why, what I'm going to go there and do it. When I went there, and I went with my mom, okay, and as even for that event where they all do meditation, I hardly present in that meditation, okay? Because I was not resonating what the person was telling, like this dark energy and all, kind of this is. And that's why that the purpose we went there, that we are clearing the energy and all. So we four were there, like Kavita Tulsian was the admin earlier in this Unify. That I met her there first time. And that's how the four of us group happened. And we went to Kamakhya, and as you said, all the line and all, I heard that on the first day when we went, 7 o'clock we reached there, 5 o'clock I reached there, and 7 o'clock every people who went to the temple was saying that, you have to give the 1,500 or 2,000, whatever. Then only you will get into. I said rubbish. Then I will not go only because I am against this kind of thing. So that is again my dharna, all belief system related to these temples and all. But it always happened to me that it brings me there. It pulls me there to show something. If I'm not open, I cannot see what it is for. So what happened? So second day I said I will stay in line from 2 o'clock, even if in the night, then only I will go through the line. But it happened that we couldn't get up early, and then in the morning, 6 o'clock, everybody was ready, and we went there. And in the temple, I saw one Pandit. He was talking, and he saw at me, and he just took us. He just took us. I didn't even. I just asked, "Ki, what you are doing here? What is this all? You want to go get the? You want to get this darshan?" And he hold, he held my hand and he take us all four of us there without we bargain and all these things. And this happened in half an hour. Everything happened in half an hour. In that Garbhagriha, when I went, I fainted. As I was going inside, I fainted. These three girls again held me and took me out of it. In that moment, what happened, I didn't know what happened in that. As last time also, I think last 2 3 days before, as Shailesh sir said, no, we are in this Garbhagriha, the whole universe, and that time everything started downloading where I'm going, and that experience resonated like what must have happened to me, because in Garbhagriha you don't have senses, right? Very you how I mean you yourself can't explain, because that baby is not knowing what is happening with it. It just happens. So that kind of experience I feel now that happened to there. And what second thing happened to me in there, that came to me that I should not get any judgment. Shared the experience with Kavita ji, that what they are saying, that this dark energy, they have meditated for 12 hours and doing something and coming. I cannot resonate with that thing. So am I judging them? I asked her. So she said, yes, we should not judge them, because what is happening to them and what they have, that third eye and whatever, you might have experienced it or you don't have it. You And then I realized that yes. So what take away from that thing, that the judgment part. If I have to be alochana rahit, what just now Ajay ji, Shailesh ji is saying, that God's quality is what Srishti is not, differentiating anyone. So that is God quality, that alochana virahit hai, without any judgment here. Everything is happening and they are doing for good and bad. They are, giving sun is giving sunlight to everyone, not differentiating in anything. So that kind of realization is happening with me now. So if so that is slowly coming up now. What I feel is now, when I am open to it, like without judgment to anyone, like anyone. Like earlier, Ajay sir used to say that Upanishad, because even this happened to with my guru. Everything she was explaining me and I was listening, nothing going. But now it is downloading automatically what he is saying, because she has said earlier, she and me might have not, she of course she not, me might thought that I didn't listen to her and I didn't get anything what she said, but it was going like it happens with our children. They are moving here and there, and we think that why they are not standing properly and listening what I'm saying, but they are listening, they are observing. That thing happened to me with Guru. Whatever they have said, it is imbibed in me, but I, without my conscious, unconsciously that thing happened to me. So wisdom is in everyone, in you also. Right now, the situation, the ladders, as you said, and you are getting it. Like you are climbing that ladder. I can see. I mean, I was there before, and I am still. I'm still struggling with something like to let go. Like yesterday, also I explained my thing, right? So it is not. I ask, like enlightenment is what? What you are going to get extra, this thing or what? No, nothing. Every day is new day and everything is opening up every day. Still learning something, you know. Even Shailaji, I surprised when he says, and I learned this thing from him, and I will give full credit to him, because before coming to unified I was judgmental. And I said that he, when I asked the first conversation, where were you? So I said, this is the time right now, I guess, to join Unified, because to drop that judgment. Because when we drop that thing, everything, like letting go, as you said, no, um, because that fear is in me, that reflection is showing the other person. That lack of confidence is I seeing in my mirror. Who is that mirror? My husband. Today only, I went with Scooty. I just learned Scooty, and he never tried to avoid me. Like recently, I learned. No, earlier when he was not there, he was in Australia here with the daughter. I used to travel around with the four-wheeler. But that's the thing, same. He was not giving me car, but he went. Now car is in my hand. I used to drive everywhere like challenges. Like I never took his permission also, because it was necessary, because the responsibility came and I have to get the grocery. I give the entertainment to girl. I felt that 1 year so much independent. Like, my God, I still cherish that year. So slowly, this thing will come in us. Uh, we all are together, and that's what I want to say. Regarding God, I think this also I have to keep some patience, because what I realize is I see in everything now, everywhere. My question was to that enlightened person, why you are doing so, same like Sunanda ji said, why, if you are seeing in everyone everything, then why you are not seeing in the temple? Give me, see, now I read the book. That time also I realized that, but again I forgot, and again I came into my being, Pallavi being. I was not with the, so that coming and going will stop someday, that everything will drop. Shailaji's first opening up is also very, very, you know, thing for me. I used to think like this, Shailaji, earlier. Why people were, I don't know, this weird, and I find myself weird at that time. Everybody has that security, right? I asked this question when I was very little. Why that thing is needed, this cloth? Crows are like that. Why we are, and my mom slapped me on that. So I kept quiet that from that day onward. So, this little thing happening. So yeah, this is happening and very nice. And I understand what Ajayji is saying. The scripture, I asked this question also to Guru. How I believe, like, that Akshar, Brahma, we say, and it is in the scripture, then it might be distorted, or some kind of thing must have happened throughout the years. How I believe that this is true, And why should I take it? So see, so much arrogant, and I was not ready to accept anything like that. So she said, I mean, guru is guru. Like she said, what is your level? And I got little, felt, the level that Akshar Brahma has got and written down, like channeling, many people do. So at that time, the level of consciousness is very high at that time, and the written scripture with that conscious level, with matching with that high vibration, and came in. You cannot ask question to that. What is your level? She asked me. What is your level? And I got my answer. So this is small thing happens. So just wanted to share. The question really I wanted to ask, I forgot. So maybe I will again,
It's okay.
in Shantavdi, I
Yeah,
will.
you have a lot of turbulence in your head. Lot of
Yes.
turbulence. You have to allow it to
Yeah.
settle. Allow it to settle.
Hmm.
Just be open though. Be open,
Yeah.
and uh, for you, your inner to understand yourself better first is to ask yourself this question: what do I want? And
Absolutely.
add really, what do I really want?
Hmm.
Start asking this question in
This will come in second part, right?
in week 9. We will be talking about it, but right
Hmm.
now start asking yourself this question: what do I really want? Actually, these are too many
Hmm.
things. They are complicating my thinking. They are sort of clouding my thinking process. I don't want
Hmm.
to see the cloud. I want to see the sun. So what is that really, that thing which I really, really want? Say, for example,
Hmm.
if you want to, if you get this thought, okay, I want to see God. Okay, right? If you have this thinking, so first thing I will ask you, if the God comes and stands in front of you now, will you recognize God? Will you be able to recognize God?
If he gives me drushti to see him.
So before you try to find God, you got to know what God is, right?
Hmm.
Then only when it comes in front of you, you know, oh yeah, yeah, now I know this is God. But if you do not know, I want to see Taj Mahal, you have to have an image of Taj Mahal. Otherwise, somebody will put Eiffel Tower in front of you and say, this is Taj Mahal. Will you accept it?
So that's my question, Shreyaji. When I asked this thing, same answer she also gave me. Like if you want to love someone, so your child is there. How you will love someone in the air? Same thing. If you want, then that image will only come. No, so in that swarup it will come.
You are looking for an image then, right?
How?
Okay. Now, if
No,
I
I
tell
don't
you
want to see an image. I want to see the truth.
the
Then I
truth,
will decide.
so
Yeah, the truth.
understand what are the characteristics of a truth. Learn about that. Put your focus there. Put your awareness there. Okay, I want to know the truth. I will not call it God now. I will call it the truth. Okay, my whole approach will change completely. Now you are not looking for something.
Hmm.
Now you are looking for truth, and truth can be anything. Could be a thing, or a thought, or a presence, or whatever. Could be anything. Now you start thinking, okay, I want to now know the truth. Not, I don't want to see God anymore. I want to know the truth. Start from there. It will help remove the cloud from your thinking. Your questions are contradicting each other and they are kind of clouding your thinking process. And the best way to do it, slow down. Slow down your thinking. Now, One very strange thing that I always tell everybody is that we have got the whole process in the reverse direction. In the reverse direction, in the sense that when I see um, an awakened person, I start looking at how he behaves or how she behaves, in what way she explains, in what way she treats others, what she wears, what she eats, when she sleeps. We start looking at all the external characteristics of that individual. We forget that this is the outcome of their state. And by following the outcome, you cannot reverse engineer that process. So all the characteristics of a learned man or a jnani or an awakened person do not tell you anything whatsoever. You cannot imitate and become one. Unified is teaching us the way to become one. Then everything else will automatically follow. That is the outcome. Bring a change within you so that you attain that state automatically. And from that state, everything else will reflect on others. When the lamp is on, the light automatically comes out. So we have to switch the lamp on. That is the purpose. That is the spiritual development. Forget about everything else. I don't want to run after God or anything. That's not my problem. God will appear when I reach that state. So where should be the focus? On attaining that state. And all unified practices are teaching us that only. How simple it is. We don't have to complicate anything. We just want to become one. To become one, we don't have to imitate anybody whosoever. It doesn't matter whether it is Paramahansa Ramakrishna or Vivekananda or Paramahansa Yogananda, any one of them. We don't have to become like them. We will become like them when our state reaches there. That is an outcome. It is an external expression. And all of us are external expressions of the one who is peeping through each one of us. One day he peeps through Shailesh, one day he peeps through Pallavi, another day he peeps through Ajay. He keeps peeping through, and whichever portal he chooses to peep through, he experiences that. This is what the creation is. One day it peeps through that tree in front of my house and expresses himself brightly in green and in the sun and feeling happy and joy and swaying in the breeze, expressing the joy. But by swinging like that and standing out there in the sun, I can't become the tree. I have to go through the process of the seed and grow through the seed through the process of the nature, the way nature is. And in the process, I will become the tree. Then everybody will recognize me as the tree. Everybody would know, yes, this is a tree. This is what is there for each one of us. We have the seed. We just have to go through the process of allowing the seed to germinate and prosper. That allowing process is what we are learning in Unified. That is this process, very simple process. And in that allowing process, what are we doing? We are organizing our thoughts. That means what? It is equivalent of preparing the soil for the seed to germinate. You will dig up the soil, air the soil, add fertilizer to it. This is what we are doing through reorganizing the thinking process. We are preparing the ground in which that seed can germinate. The seed called Pallavi needs to germinate. Allow that. If you don't allow, it will not. It will stay there. And remember, all the seeds need darkness to pop out.
Sprout.
Yes. Darkness is absolutely essential for a seed to germinate. And we want to run away from darkness. Knowing these are hard facts, these are realities all over there in front of us. They are there around us. We can't really take cues from there because we are sleeping. So when you are awake and aware, you begin to see everything and connect. And some others who are awake, they are telling you, well, okay, see, this is what I'm able to see. The seed needs darkness. So let the seed go through darkness. When the darkness is enough and the soil is supportive, the seed will germinate.
If
Right.
I can add a little, sorry.
Sure.
So, Pallavi, see, when one wants to grow spiritually or even intellectually also, academically, wherever it is, a lot of confusion comes because you don't know what the next. But once, so like say, let's take the example of Unified. I have come to Unified. Let me go into it. Now I find, because I just came, I'm not prepared. Previously people used to, I see my wife Sunanda, she was doing some meditations and all, 2-3 hours and all those things. So I'm not prepared for that. So when I come here, so if I'm not able to sit, then what I'll do, I'll find out who else, where I can learn how to sit. So I am going there only to know how to sit. But I'm sticking to, say, Unified. I'll go, learn that, come back. I want to know what is God. Okay, let me go there and find out what is God and come back. So I am not to fight the world. I am not going to, whatever they are saying, I am not nothing to do with it. I respect everything. They are following their path, whatever it is. I am stuck to here. For this, I feel I need this. I can eat Sailij's head or I can go read and come back. So, so keep the focus on your own improvement. That is Sailij's said. What I want, what she said, what God has said, because God has different meanings are there. When you are praying, it's different. When God is there, I'm feeling He's inside me, is different. So park it there. Don't fight with them or fight, accept, not accept. Don't even spend your energy in that. On Unified, what you need next?
I'm not
Tomorrow, what
fighting.
I
It is
need?
like inner conflict. Yeah, where I am just trying
No.
to
Yeah,
relax
you have
myself,
to
and
find out. You
because
have to find out.
other unless I experience, I can't say because it is their experience, right? And they have seen in that way. That's why I have come to the conclusion now. It's their experience, so that judgment also dropped. That let me find my way and let me sit
Yes.
down quietly
Yeah.
and let me work on myself. That's why I'm just quiet and no questions
Absolutely.
now. So that's how. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
why
we
I don't
have.
ask questions now in Unified because I'm with me now and let me see where it takes me. Like, I'm just
Yes.
flowing.
Yes. Because see, we are playing roles. You just try to understand. So you are spouse, somebody's, you are mother, you maybe you are your daughter. Here you are like a seeker, and then in and through all these roles, you have to find out where is Pallavi, what she wants. That's your main responsibility. Even here also, you are a
I think
seeker.
Shailaji has, catch that what
Yeah.
exactly she wants. Because,
Yes.
yeah, that is very important. Otherwise, how
Yeah.
you will go? No, there is no roadmap then.
Yes. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
truth also what? What truth? There are so many truths. What truth you are behind it? So that is also very important. And
You
that
know,
is the
yes.
that little part was there, no, to what is God? That was the question. So no, everyone is saying God,
No,
and
don't
so
go to
now
God
that
even.
thing is huge, like you said.
Take small steps. Small steps. I'll just give you an example. I wanted to get up at 4 o'clock. 2 years, you won't believe, 2 years continuously I was praying to my Guru and God that I want to get up at 4 o'clock without alarm. And now I got it. So it's a question of what you want, remain focused. Look at things what you can learn from others. See, looking at others, if we see the negatives, we go down. Believe me, Pallavi, we will go down.
Yeah,
Look
sure.
at
I
others.
understood that. Yes.
Look at others. See if I can
Like
learn something. If
that is called
somebody has
judgment.
come,
Negative is also again judgment, no?
no, because what is happening? If somebody is coming into my orbit of my life, there is a message for me. There is a message for me. If I don't get it, I am a loser, not he or she. So we have to remain
Of
focused
course.
what I want and how I get it. And this is the platform and wonderful, Shailesh, his calmness, his focused, the way he picks up.
Patience. Patience
It's
I'm
a,
learning from him.
it's an invaluable support. Invaluable support. Believe me, you
Yes.
don't get anywhere on the
And
street.
I'm very grateful for that. That universe is giving that support all the
So,
time. You know,
so
I'm the
we
culprit
have to remain focused.
who is
We
not
have to remain
understanding it.
focused. We should know what I want.
Yes.
Focused, open. Yes, yes, yes,
The
yes, sir.
and attempt one thing at a time. Even let's say
Yeah.
you have in your mind, you have say, I want to do this and this and this, maybe 4 or 5 things, right? But
Mm,
work on one at a time. Working on one
yeah.
at a time gives you the opportunity to go deep. And when you
Mm,
go deep, it will become a permanent knowing, right? So that's a suggestion that stay with one thing at a time. And as far as your question about, I want to see the truth, right? This question, the answer to this I can give you right now, but I want you to find, because when you find it, you will stick to it. You will then stay
mm,
with it, right? We are going through the process, by the way. In the next part, we'll go through
mm,
the process. We are going to segregate. Well, okay, this is useless. This is useless. I want to remove all this. Now, what has
mm.
come out? Let me see this one. Okay, this is one
Same
part
like
of.
1980.
No, this is only
Yeah.
one part of the truth. Now, okay, let me
Mm,
focus on this area. Eventually, I will assemble all the parts at the end. At the
mm,
end, you yourself will be able to assemble all components. Well, okay, now this looks like the truth,
mm. Looks
right?
like a truth, or I will experience the truth again.
Uh,
Sorry.
whichever way. It
Okay.
is both ways actually. Ah, so we haven't yet. My mind cannot comprehend how can something be good and bad together. Can
Mm,
you comprehend that? You have a phone. There is a back side of it, and then there is a front side of it, right? Can you see
mm,
both
mm,
sides together at one time? You cannot. You just cannot see the whole phone at the same time. This
mm.
body, physically, our senses are incapable of certain things. They are limited. So, and the truth happens to be such a big thing that it cannot comprehend anyway, right? So,
That's the statement
this,
stayed with me. Like,
but
yeah,
now,
Guru said that Advait and Dvait, if you are feeling it different yet,
hmm,
you have not reached to that. It is both the side. If
hmm,
you are differentiating between these two,
uh,
it's still, it means a long way to go. And I
yeah,
didn't
so
understand this so much deep philosophical this is.
So Dvait is a part of Advait only.
Advait, yeah.
It's one way of looking at itself, right?
Hmm.
So I stand in front of the mirror, I see my front. How do I see my back? I just turn around. Okay, now I see the back, but where is my front gone? Because my eyes cannot see it that way,
Cannot
right?
able. Yes,
Right.
yes.
So this is
Right.
exactly what is going on. But it doesn't mean that I have become two, right? I am still one
Hmm.
only, right?
Hmm.
Once I see my back, another way I see my front. That's it. But I am still one.
Right.
So the duality is a part of non-duality only.
Part of.
Right? Now,
Got it.
the same thing is valid for every aspect of our existence. The good and the bad are part of one and the same.
Yeah. That's what
You
I
have,
said. Something is still remain because
ah,
it's a mind game again. Because
ah.
I see these two things, it's duality.
So
You
now
know?
you understand
Yes, I have heard.
When Shailaji says there is nothing
Nirakar,
right,
akar,
there is nothing right, nothing
nothing
wrong.
right and wrong.
We have to go beyond right and wrong, right? This is the meaning of that.
Correct. Yes.
Understanding that there is
Hmm.
more to it, right? Not just
More
the
to it.
right or the wrong. Together,
Hmm.
there is more.
Hmm.
Okay. So another one clarification about your thoughts on judgment. Judgment is both negative and positive. Both are judgments.
Positive.
Mm. So when you say Shailesh ji is great, it's a judgment only. You understand?
It's an expression.
No, no. I'm just trying to explain the phenomenon. I'm just
Okay.
explaining the understanding of judgment should be very clear. When will you know that my judgment has dropped? When I start seeing everything good, doesn't mean that I have dropped my judgment.
Hmm.
That's what I'm trying to explain here. If everything is looking
Hmm.
good to me, that means my judgment is still there.
Hmm. Neutral.
When neither good nor bad remains,
Got it.
that is when I am free from judgment. That is called drishta bhav.
Hmm.
This is the meaning of drishta,
Hmm.
right? When you see an ice cream, you are neither excited nor feel guilty.
Hmm.
That is drishta. You can see the ice cream as it is,
Hmm.
right? In the ice cream, there is sugar, there is fat, and then there is that delicious taste, right? The good and the bad are there. They are part of the same ice cream. You remove any one of them, it doesn't remain ice cream anymore, right?
Hmm.
That is called totality of the ice cream. By
Yes.
itself, it has all the characteristics. This is what is the meaning of this entire universe also. Think of it this way. In the universe, you have the cream, you have the sugar,
Totality.
and you have the cold, you have the delicious taste, and then also the diabetes. Right? That's
Let,
universe all
let me
together.
confuse her a little more now. Pallaviji, you will never know yourself. Let me let me explain. Now you will agree with me. When you see something,
Yeah,
perceive
because to
something,
know myself, I should be there. So when she'll resolve
no,
who to whom
because
to
when
see,
you have to
like
see, you are the seer, correct? Something you have to see, it has to stand apart from you. So
there
seer,
should be a
that
yeah
then object, okay?
दृष्टा दृश्य भी होना चाहिए ना. Yeah.
How you will become? So how you will see yourself? You can never see yourself.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
That also try to understand. So sometimes yeah, so we said, if somebody says I saw, that means he has not seen it. I know
Hmm.
myself. You will never know because you have to know it has to stand apart from you. Even
Yes.
if I can see myself, then when I have an eye. But can I see myself? You cannot because you can see a reflection somewhere, but you cannot see. But how you know that you have an eye? Because if I can see I, then that means I can see things. That means I have an
The
eye.
seer is
So similarly,
different.
so once
Correct.
you understand what is I-ness is all about,
One is not knowing
you
that
will
he is brightly,
you will
shining.
have that sense. That's why Patanjali in Yoga when he's saying Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthanam, he is not saying you will know yourself. It's not possible. So what word he will use? Just see. He said Tadadrashta Swarupe Avasthanam. You will be established in your true self. He's not saying I will know or you will experience. What you will experience? Nothing you will experience. So just think about it.
This is we will slowly and gradually, as far as seeing is concerned, that seeing begins to expand as we delimit ourselves, as we start dropping our limitations, and limitations are only imposed by thinking. Right? Physicality has its own band and spectrum of beyond which it cannot perceive things. That is physicality. But there are more limits that we have imposed in the mind also. Right?
Yeah.
So those are bigger limits actually. When you start dropping that limited, it's called limited thinking, start dropping one by one, slowly and gradually you will begin to see your own expansion. See, when I say see, it means perceive. Right? Not just the eye. Also beyond the eye, all your senses, beyond the five senses, also you have senses, right? When that perception opens up, you can then perceive beyond your normal perception, right? And that perception opens up the doorway for knowing more. And that is Anant. That's why it is called Anant, because
I think seeking that inside.
it will start. You will
It was
see,
missing is satisfying more.
you will be able to figure out for yourself, right? That, okay, the mirror is limited. Mirror can only show one side of me, right? Once you know that, and everyone around you is a mirror, by the way.
Yes.
They are all reflecting, right? So everyone around you is a mirror. So mirror can show you only one aspect of you. And to know your own totality, how many mirrors will you need?
Journey is beautiful. Journey is beautiful. Enjoy it. Don't
Very nice.
That's it.
Journey is beautiful.
Keep
Instead
enjoying.
of
don't look for the
seeking for the
end. Just
destination.
enjoy the journey. In between, somewhere you will be able to perceive everything.
Yes, correct.
Maybe I will not remain to say that.
Yes, yeah, this is good. You will still be there. Don't worry about it. You are not going anywhere. Nobody is going anywhere. We will still be
I
shaking
mean to
hands.
say, as we said, to share this experience, I will not be there. Like where to share? Like I think that is more to
No,
say.
you will become Mrityu to Amritam.
To say what to
You
say.
you will become immortal. Why you are thinking you are mortal?
Do you understand the meaning of that? Huh?
Of
From death to immortality. That's the first slok. What's the meaning of
yeah.
that? Real meaning. What is immortality?
Immortality, death
Death.
is the physical, right?
Ah,
You are Anant and you
de-
will be there always.
right.
This Gada will
So,
only go.
exactly. Yeah. So, expanding from physical to the eternal, right? The Shashvat. We are able to know that I am Shashvat. That's the meaning of
Yes.
becoming. So that's what the knowledge is there. We just can't comprehend it. So slowly, because mind is limited. Remember that mind is not the tool for comprehend, for knowing the truth. Mind cannot. It can never. So to know the truth, Babaji has given us the way through the heart.
Yeah.
Right? Heart can perceive much more than the mind can. That's why go through it, because that's your natural existence. So that's where we are. Okay,
Yes.
good. Thank you for.
Beautiful.
I'm really happy
Thank
that
you so much.
we are getting such beautiful questions. They are deep questions. Very deeper understanding is getting established, right? So, um,
Thank you,
so
sir. Thank you,
Sheelam
Ajay.
ji, of course,
Thank
her
you,
back.
Jasmine ji.
Okay, yeah. So for now, I will bring the session to a close for today. Okay, so next week, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll go through meditation, focused meditation, not a lot of talk or anything, right? I will actually display my board as Shell is on leave. And then after those 3 days of focused, bringing our awareness back to the body and start the journey further. And then week after next, we will start chapter 9. Okay, just get ready. In the meantime, if your 7th chapter list is not ready, please work on it, right? That the thoughts that need correction as prescribed by my higher self, right? When you sit with the higher self and say, well, okay, tell me such of those thoughts that need to be corrected, that list is more important, right? They will not be obvious on the face of it. They may not seem wrong. This is a clue I'm giving. So if you make that list ready, then we will start that work. That will be the part 2, even though it is more complex, but it is still very enjoyable. You will actually be seeing the fruit of your tree. That's the purpose of the next chapter, right? So thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ajayji, for enlightening on all of us through this beautiful knowledge and deep knowledge, and regathering and validating the knowing that the book brings to all of us. So thank you. A beautiful perspective to all the